Yes! Welcome to Drinkin Bros Sports Companion Show. We got a guest in studio, D'Anthony. Who we got?
Sports.
Oh,
my bad.
Sports.
I just yell things now.
Yeah.
GAT from KC, Kansas City.
God damn.
Where the Chiefs are from.
How about some excitement in that voice?
That's as excited as I get.
How about some excitement in that voice for Kansas City GAT?
What's up?
What's up, dude? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to the show. We had you on in Kansas City, diehard Chiefs fan. You do a lot with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I do. Mostly I get mad at them about parking issues in the offseason, and then by January, I'm at the AFC Championship hanging out.
Yeah, I know, man. That was a fun fucking game. God damn it, we had a blast there.
If we would have won, it would have been a little bit better. But
It would have been a lot of bit better.
Yeah.
There was people with trucks full of champagne at the tailgate that were just waiting. And they were like, hey, man, come back here afterwards. We're going to light this place up. It's going to be fucking awesome. It ended up being a funeral after that game. Even the people that we were there tailgating with, Dan.
Yeah, it was wild as fuck.
But afterwards, they were gone.
There were like four different tailgates.
I know, it was great.
So I think they were all fucked up by then. Her dad took like 80 fucking edibles, and I don't know where he ended up.
Yeah, he ended up falling. We went to this tailgate. That's one of our sponsors that we've worked with, and he ended up falling in the entranceway and just fell over. I'm like, you literally walked through a gate and fell over. There was nothing around. You just fell over backwards.
I get it, man.
Sometimes you fall.
It's a fucking tough call when you're playing the Patriots like that, where you're like, the tough call is this: do you get blackout drunk or do you get like rape drunk? Because it's one of those things when you lose to the Patriots, because they don't deserve to be there every year.
No.
The way that they played that first half of football last year was even the Super Bowl. Jesus Christ, was it boring? Look, if they were awesome, like the Warriors, if they were like the Warriors and it was the most exciting football in the world, I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude. Warriors aren't my favorite team, but I like watching that style of play. So it's like, all right, cool. If it's the Warriors, it's the Warriors, right?
Yeah, but I mean, Kansas City is the most fun football team to watch now. So it's like,
I think so.
I told you, I'm like, it's ruined football for me. Like, how am I supposed to watch other people play football?
Yeah, it's like watching Steph Curry, essentially.
Yes.
He is the new Pat Mahomes is the new Steph Curry of the NFL right now.
I'll take it.
So, yeah, man. Look, I'm a gigantic fan of the Chiefs. Thank you for coming down to Wilmington, North Carolina. We're gonna get into some spreads, college and NFL. Dan, what the fuck are you doing over there?
I'm putting a swipe up.
We're live on YouTube.
Putting a swipe up on Instagram so people know we're here.
There we go. We're live on YouTube, kids. Subscribe on YouTube. And I'll tell you what, Jamie, I'm going to knock the sponsors out at the top here. Because, look, mybookie.com is where we're making most of our fucking quiche up in this bitch. I told you guys not to bet this weekend. I said it only once last year, and I said it this last time. I said, look, don't fucking bet, man. This feels like a trap weekend, and it was. This weekend, though, you can absolutely light it up, and I feel pretty confident in a lot of games. It's rare D'Anthony and I will say, hey, man, we want to take your money and all that other shit. So, look, at mybookie.com, promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposits. We've been betting with them all year long. Love my bookie. However, we don't work for MyBookie. We're not employees of MyBookie. We don't want you guys to lose any fucking money. So, like, by us saying, hey, dude, just sit out a weekend and save your dollars for another day, hopefully you've earned we've earned your trust enough to be like, dude, any other place, they would probably tell us to go fuck ourselves if they were sponsoring and be like, what? Are you telling people not to bet?
Especially after we housed them all year last year.
But here's the thing. I don't want people to lose money either. So I didn't feel confident in these college games. I didn't feel confident in these NFL games. But I do feel confident in mybookie.com. I mean, fuck, you get paid right away, man. I bet, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this Denver Broncos jersey, is because I bet the shit out of them last night against them because they're the worst goddamn team ever. Close. And I'm wearing it in honor of them. The only bets that I won all weekend, I think I only bet like 3 or 4 games. I bet a handful of NFL games, but this was the big one where it was just like, fuck you. Over. Fuck you. -5 for the Bears. Fuck you. Parlay. Fuck you. 0.6 teaser on both of those. And all 6 bets came through. I was talking shit online with a few of the Drinkin Bros last night for it. Again, you can only do a lot of this shit at mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposit. I believe it's up to 1,000. We win a lot of money. Next up, we got ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. If you need a mattress in this life, you should get a ghost bed from ghostbed.com//Drinkin Bros.
Is that a new slogan?
Nope, definitely not. I'm not a
shit.
professional in the slogan world or the jingle world. But, did you sleep on a ghost bed last night?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the mattress. It's not something I usually do.
You should.
Yeah, you always should.
For AIDS.
Yeah,
You should always
for-
look for
probably.
AIDS. Just peek underneath the sheets for a little bit of AIDS.
Just a splash.
Splash of AIDS. Look, you're not going to get that on a ghostbed.com from ghostbed. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros because there's a cover on the bed. So it keeps the AIDS away. I think it's an AIDS quilt.
It is. It's a quilt. Come on, everybody. We've got quilting to do, if you remember that from Team America World Police.
Yeah.
We respond to the AIDS crisis by making fabrics.
Yes, making fabrics for the people.
Yes.
Because
And it worked because AIDS is cured
AIDS.
now.
Yeah, keeps AIDS away. Keeps AIDS away.
There's a vaccine for AIDS and there's a treatment for AIDS that works now. I think the quilts had something to do with it.
I think that's what their slogan should be. Hey, welcome to fucking ghostbeds.com/Drinkin Bros. We keep the AIDS away.
We keep the AIDS
I
away.
think it.
If you're military or first responder, 15% off forever. Click it at the bottom of the page. Take it and rip it. If you're a regular civilian like myself, they get $200 off the Ghost Lux, $100 off the Classico, and some free pillows when you order a mattress. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today, where, as always, they get a 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No one on earth is doing that. No one.
Did you like the pillows too?
The pillows are amazing. That's the first question I asked. It's like, how many pillows are there going to be? Because guys don't know about pillows. Like, some guys just have one.
Yeah, but there's a lot of ladies that have 80.
Yes.
And
Yeah, there's got to be a middle ground.
there does.
I don't
Between
have
1
decorative
and
pillows.
fucking 80?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You got to go somewhere in the... I'd say 6.
I have 2
6
decorative
is
pillows.
fine.
I think 6 is how many I have on my bed right now.
Yeah.
I have the 4 main ones, right? That
Yeah.
you sleep on.
Yes.
Then there's one that's like the square one.
Yep.
And then there's like a small rectangular one that I use to put between my legs
Correct.
when I'm sleeping on my side because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Look, guys, don't be afraid to be comfortable. It
Yeah.
doesn't make you weak.
It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you weak at GhostBed. Last but not least, we got expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros. Hey, same thing. Having an app that runs in the background of your computer, on your laptop, desktop, iPhone, and or iPad doesn't make you weak either because it protects you against fucking security invasions. A lot of people out there trying to steal your goods, your fucking online info, dude.
Protect your digital butthole is my
Protect
favorite.
your digital butthole. That is the official slogan of ExpressVPN.
And if it's not, it is.
/Drinkin Bros. Well, look, if you get this app also, you can watch porn at work. It breaks through all the firewalls and shit.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're good to go. Good to go. Go to expressvpn.com /Drinkin Bros today, and you get that for $7 a month. You order for a year, you get 3 months off for free just for being a drinking bro. How rad is that? Let's hop into this here. Dan's camera is acting up. He's on the wider. Okay, Jamie, come on in. Come on in. Again, if you're subscribing on YouTube, you can see the live shit here. All right, so let's get into the trap weekend here. I want to discuss it. You're a big gambler as well, Gat. Did you go hard this weekend or not? Did you take it off?
I didn't do shit this weekend. I listened to you.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
It was weird, man. It started with on Friday night, this Utah-USC game, right? Utah was number 10 in the country. Number fucking 10 in the country. They were playing USC with their backup quarterback. Their backup quarterback gets hurt. He is out. So now they're on their third string quarterback, and USC still beats Utah. What does that tell you about this fucking conference?
I always think that entire conference is always a trap. Like, you never know. I feel like since Oregon fell off, it's just been like a scramble of who's going to dominate. And Utah had a chance, but USC, man, coming in.
If you're fucking number 10 in the country, right? How are you losing to a third string quarterback at this point? USC is not great. They're not a great football team where it's just like, oh, you've got Ohio State's quarterbacks. You don't have Ohio State's quarterbacks on there. So Ohio State, you can run 10 deep. Not this year because all of them are fucking leading the goddamn Heisman voting. Thanks, Joe Burrow. By the way, surprising thing about Joe Burrow is every Ohio State fan loves him. We all love Joe Burrow. He was going to be our dude. He got a broken wrist at the wrong time, and Haskins stepped in, but it was going to be him. And we wish him nothing but success at LSU. And you'll hear that of every single Buckeye.
He looks a lot better this year than he did.
Yeah.
Last year. So we were at one of their games. One or two. We were at least one of their games, and he looked terrible.
Well, look, again, we've talked about this before. It is hard learning a new playbook. We'll see how these games increase for Oklahoma and Ohio State going forward. Jalen Hurts has looked fantastic, and so has Justin Fields, but we'll see. This USC thing, though, the fucking trap. They lost. Boise against Air Force. I didn't like this game because Air Force has been a gritty team that's been playing well. They did end up covering.
I bet this one.
Yeah, I did not. And I always bet on Boise.
Yeah.
This game was hilarious. The Charlotte Clemson game.
Yeah, I didn't.
41.5. Ended up being 42.
Yep.
Fucking trap. Alabama Southern Miss. Come on, man. 49-7 in this one. Like, I think that was another like 39-point spread or something like that.
It was too high.
I don't know why you're wasting your time with this bullshit. Now here's a game that the only college game I bet all day long. Fucked me.
What, Notre Dame, Georgia?
Yes. Notre Dame, Georgia. Look, the spread on this was I teased it down a point. It was 14.5 going in. I got it at 13.5.
Okay.
I bought a point because I thought they would win by 2 scores. I'm going to be honest. I don't know about you guys. I was not impressed with Georgia, man. I thought they should have dominated this team. I was impressed with Notre Dame's defense.
Their defense looked good. I couldn't tell if it was the Notre Dame defense or the Georgia offense sputtering that was the cause of it. Like, Fromm's passes were on point. He wasn't throwing the ball wild and shit like that. He wasn't throwing the ball at people's feet. Or
right.
Like, he wasn't Dak Prescotting or anything like that.
No.
But the run game wasn't all that great. And, look, the fucking Notre Dame linebackers look really good. Like, they were up in coverage, or they were up in the box, and then they were backing up in coverage at the right times. They didn't make a whole lot of mistakes.
To me, when I watched this game, I thought Georgia can be beat. And I haven't thought that all year. But this game I watched and I was like, oh, shit, I think Georgia can be beat. Their offense does not look that great, which is surprising with Jake Fromm.
Yeah.
But they've got all new receivers there. So that Swift kid's amazing out of the backfield. But
are they still working out the kinks? Like, I don't get it.
I don't either.
You got to, step it up. I know we don't have preseason for college football, but it looked like they could use it.
It was weird, man. And part of me wondered, speaking of working out the kinks, if it was because they've played all, AA teams going in, that it was like, all right, you finally played your first game of the year, and maybe you got that out of your system. I'm not sure, but that's going to affect Alabama later.
Oh, for sure. Feeling. Well, look, if this had been game 1 of the season, Georgia versus Notre Dame, the spread probably would have been 6.5, right? Which would have been right.
Yes.
And I think maybe you're right. Like, this is their first real challenge. So, I don't know. They played Tennessee this week. So it's like right back to fucking bullshit.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of this team. We'll find out as the season goes on. This LSU Vanderbilt game was at 25 points. Even that was too high to me, and this was close, man. This was 28. LSU ended up putting 66 up. Joe Burrow had 6 touchdowns in that one. Which, look, to me, Vanderbilt's a tough out. That's why I didn't like that 25 points in that game. The fact that Joe Burrow threw 6 TDs against Vanderbilt, Jesus Christ, dude.
That's
LSU
impressive.
might be the team out of there on that side, man.
Maybe.
We'll find out. Ohio State, look, that was a 44-something point spread. I was like, I'm not taking that either. They ended up winning 76-5.
Casual.
I think I actually bet. Yeah, I did bet that one.
Look, Ohio State's 3-1 against the spread this year. We've looked unbelievable, but not a lot of tough challenges here to me personally. I thought that Cincinnati game was going to be because they were an 11-win team with a big bowl game last year. We housed them. So I don't know. Either they are that great or we'll find out on Saturday when they play Nebraska. It's a night game at Nebraska, which, look, man, night games away are always tough, especially in conference. So we'll see. But that's a big boy spread tacked onto that, which we'll get to in a minute. Auburn at Texas A&M, I didn't want any part of this fucking game. And I thought, for the sake of the show, we picked Texas A&M. Auburn won. Auburn won at A&M. What's your thoughts on Auburn?
I think Auburn is improving in a way that I didn't really think that they would. I couldn't see them upping their offense and, I guess, even being more fast-paced than last year, but they somehow have managed it. Going into A&M is not easy.
No.
They have those obnoxious-ass cowbell things, too. Does everyone in the SEC just make a bunch of fucking noise, all the time?
Yeah,
Mississippi State, A&M, yeah.
It's
I
the
guess
South.
so.
It's whatever you can bring in around your neck. You're good to go. A washboard.
Dig it.
A fucking cowbell, a set of triangles, You could make a necklace full of
That'd be very
triangles.
peaceful.
Maybe a recorder.
Oh yeah, just
Like from grade school.
That's what a student section needs to do.
What was
is
the
get a bunch
point of that?
recorders.
What was the
Great.
point of that? Can we address that just before we move on?
Go ahead.
Why
Why are you
in
so mad about
elementary
it?
school did we play recorders? Why?
I think it was simple, Dan. It was musical. You learned a lot about living and a little about life.
No, I didn't learn shit.
Nope.
Hot
No.
cross buns.
I'm
You
pretty
didn't know
sure
that
all
one?
I did was lose it, get in trouble for that, find it in middle school, and then
Yeah.
start smoking weed out of it. That's
Well,
that's how it worked for me.
Proud of you. Proud of you. You were recording your future is what you were doing with it.
Oh,
Next up was that Florida-Tennessee game. Look, Tennessee is garbage pail kids, man.
do you think they're the worst D1 school in a top 5 conference?
It is really, really close, and I would say it's between them and Michigan.
Like out of the Power 5, for real. Michigan has been a huge embarrassment this year. I can't believe they haven't fired Harbaugh yet.
I don't think they can because he's got last time I checked the salaries, he was I think the second highest paid coach. Even when this was last year, even when Urban Meyer was there, he was ahead of Urban, but
you're
only
saying
behind Saban. I think.
You're saying they can't afford to hire a new coach with his salary still in the books? Is that what you mean?
Yes, and so I think they're going to play this year out, and then hopefully he walks away. Because if you lose to Ohio State again, that's got to be it. And I would think if you're an alumni of that program, you would remove yourself from that situation at that point, never beating your rival. And
In 8 years. Like, that's for some people, 8 years is an entire coaching career.
has he been there 8?
Yeah, because he's lost 7 in a row to fucking Ohio State,
yeah.
right?
Nah, I think he's lost maybe 4 or 5. I know Urban beat him 7 years in a row. So
I don't know. I've seen it firsthand. K-State in my home state, and bringing in Les Miles, they've had to pay Turner Gill, Mark Mangino, David Beatty, like all of these coaches. They've had to do this, and I'm like, how do you still have the money? So I don't think it's a matter of money. I just think they're kind of scared to give up on him. Maybe he's going to go AWOL. I don't know.
I don't know what happens there.
Yeah,
but
5 years.
You're right. Look, boosters. You never know who their boosters are.
Yeah.
5-0.
5.
Yeah.
Well,
So
right
he's
now
0
it's
5.
Right now it's 4. I think it'll be 5 this year.
Yeah. Harbaugh. Fucking
rough.
Harbaugh. And that'll bring us to
Pathetic.
Michigan. This is another game that I didn't want to touch because it was 3.5. I gave Michigan the respect that I thought they had earned. I even said that they would make the college playoffs this year.
I just want to be clear that I bucked that from the very beginning. I didn't think they were. I think Michigan has been pretenders for a decade now.
You did. I think you had Texas in that last slot.
I did, yeah, but I think now it's probably Ohio State
or Oklahoma.
Maybe. I honestly, I think you put Oklahoma up against Ohio State. I think Ohio State fucks them up.
Possibly because of their defense,
Yeah.
but it's two high-powered offenses.
Because
with two
Oklahoma's not
quarterbacks who are
playing
very
defense,
similar.
right?
Yeah.
Like, Oklahoma's not stopping Ohio State.
No, that's not happening.
But I feel like Ohio State could stop Oklahoma on some possessions at least.
Yes, I think so. But we'll see. Look, we're
Yeah, you
still
never
early
know.
on in the season, but Michigan, man, fuck, time to pack it up.
Alabama's like this is. I just want to. I've been staring at this for 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's mind blowing to me. We're going into week 5, right?
Yeah.
So Duke, New Mexico State, South Carolina, whoever the fuck they played last week.
Southern Miss.
yeah.
That was Brett Favre's old college.
Yeah, good for him. And this week they're playing Mississippi, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Well, look, Ole Miss is an in-conference game. There's nothing you can, for Alabama. I'll give you a pass on that one because there's nothing you can do about that.
No, no.
It's
I
an
mean, you have to
in-conference
play that
You
game.
have to play that game.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss is usually good.
Look,
They're
Eli
able to
Manning
put a
is
team on the
dead.
field.
Eli Manning is dead.
they had the blind side too.
Oh
They
God,
Michael
no!
Orr.
Stop fucking with this shit, dude. It's not. Ole Miss sucks.
Blindside's not coming back. Neither is Sandra Bullock.
No, she's dead too. All these people are dead.
Next up was this Oklahoma State Texas game. The spread was 6.5. They won by 6.
That's a fun game.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Great game. But again, I didn't want to bet it because it was such a I knew that this was going to be this type of game. And it's like, hey man, that's too close for me to bet on. Your boys, UCF against Pittsburgh.
Who's boys?
Your boys.
No.
You've bet them all year long. You've bet them, Anthony.
I bet
Number
them.
one fan.
I've actually won a couple of bets with them this
You
year.
have?
Yeah,
You
but I
won a
didn't.
lot
I
with them
sure as
this
shit didn't bet them this week.
Pittsburgh,
Pitt's
man.
Pitt's always tough, man.
Come on.
For Penn State or
Yeah, for Penn State.
Penn State and Penn State alone. But they beat UCF by a point. So that UCF dream is now gone. Oregon 21-6 over Stanford. Gross. UCLA, Washington State.
That was a weird one. The Cougs. And fucking Minshew even showed up to the game in jean shorts.
Yeah.
And they still fucking didn't win.
By the way, he's our new hero.
Oh, he's
We're all in on Minshew.
You may end up looking like Minshew before this college football season's over.
So Jesse has signed off on it.
On the
for me
stash,
to grow a Minshew stash.
Yeah.
She's
So you just need the jean shorts now.
I got those from Barnes Brothers. That show I did on MTV. So I still get a pair of those. Pockets out, brother.
I doubt those still fit you because that was 30 years ago.
No, but they do. But they do. But this UCLA game, 67-63.
Oof.
That was the final of that game. 130 points scored. Was the over 129 in that? Because I don't remember seeing
I don't know what the over was, but UCLA scored 50 points in the second half.
That's insane.
50 points in the goddamn second half. They scored 21 and 29 in third and fourth.
That's basketball level.
This was at Washington State, too, man. And UCLA hasn't won all year long.
Well, they have now.
Yeah, they have now. But again, trap weekend, man. All of this shit.
Jesus Christ.
Virginia, Old Dominion. 11 points against Old Dominion. That's not going to do it, my man. I didn't even know Old Dominion had a football team, to be reals with you. Washington covered against BYU. I don't know what to think of this fucking Washington team, man.
They're all over the place. Everybody is, though.
All of these Pac-10 teams seem to be for
the only teams that have been truly consistent this year so far are the fucking teams at the very top, like we expected.
Top 6.
Yep.
It's kind of what we expected this year.
All of these conferences are top-heavy. There's 2 teams in every single conference that are good. And
one maybe in some. Like the ACC, it's really just Clemson.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like I thought Miami might be okay this year, but no, they fucking suck.
Big 10 is really just Wisconsin and Ohio State.
Yeah.
The Big 12 is really just Texas and Oklahoma.
Yep.
Pac-12 doesn't exist in this world or the next. So if you're moving on or you're possibly going to die tomorrow, know that you will not see Pac-12 football in the next world.
No, it's over.
Yeah, it's like the new Mountain West.
Do you, yeah, it really is. Do you think the Pac-12 is going to put any pressure on those schools to bring in some actual good coaches now?
Like who?
I mean, they have.
Like Urban Meyer, for example.
Well, look, if you're Urban Meyer, right?
I would if I'm
that USC job is sitting there, or this Notre Dame job, because I think that's the only 2 that he would take. And I've said this for 2 years now at this point. And I, as an Ohio State fan, not mad. If you want to coach, man. You won us a championship. You were all good in my books, man. Godspeed if you want to do that. It would probably be one of those. If you're looking to win and go undefeated, it's probably USC. Notre Dame still plays a tough schedule every year.
I think he could go undefeated with Notre Dame. But it would take him 2 years to get the recruits.
Yeah.
Whereas in USC, because of their relaxed recruiting standards, maybe 1 year. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, like Notre Dame, if they don't fuck around with like, oh, this guy's got some shitty grades, but he's a really good football player, like, no.
Yeah. No, they don't play that game.
No.
And I will say this. Look, his first year at Ohio State, they went undefeated, Urban Meyer. And I don't know how the fuck he did that.
Is it in his contract that he couldn't go to Michigan?
No, Urban Meyer?
Yeah, what if he did?
Well, he's an Ohio guy.
Well,
so
I mean,
it was always the Ohio
money,
State
right?
job. No, he would never.
What if they offered
that's
him?
Ever happened in the history of that rivalry?
What if they offered him like $25 million? You think he would go?
I think anybody would go there. I think I might coach there for $25 million. I still said that under my breath. I feel real bad about that.
You feel
it's
dirty?
Like people will come up to me at parties and be like, "Hey man, I love the show. I voted for Trump. It's like, oh, cool. You don't have to whisper that. Next up was Colorado, Arizona State. Again, Colorado was tough, man. I said not to bet this fucking game, dude. And Colorado upset them, 34-31. And then this SMU game we called against TCU. We said, look, don't bet this either, man.
It's like the rich kid battle.
Yeah, it's like, hey, man, you got two teams that are one of them just entered the top 25. The other one was undefeated. And you're like, give that a week to see who's what in there. 41-38. Vegas was the real winner this weekend all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the NFL side, it was same thing, man. It was real shitty. Again, the reason why I'm wearing this Denver Broncos shirt today is that is the only thing that ended up being worth a shit.
It's a horrible shirt.
Because we started off on that Thursday night game.
What do you mean it's a horrible shirt?
It's fucking Broncos.
Yeah.
So what? What's wrong with the Broncos?
Chiefs fan, dude. She's a Chiefs fan.
You
I'll
don't
let her
understand.
do that. Look, I hate the Broncos. I'm not a Broncos fan. I'm wearing it because
I love it that Elway is just doing absolutely God only knows what with the team. Just keep him there. Keep him doing whatever.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried to get Brett Favre to come out of retirement.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried to coach a team.
Yeah.
To be honest.
At this point, what does he have left to lose?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's got so much Botox in his fucking face. He probably can't make expressions to show
True.
anger towards the
You got to
players.
tox up at some point in your life, too.
Yeah.
You know he's out getting trim. I bet. This Thursday night game, though, was the worst of all time. We keep saying that these Thursday night games are terrible. Titans, Jaguars.
Yeah.
It was one of those, you put money on it because you're in an airport, which is where D'Anthony and I were. And it was just like, hey, we're going to put money on this. Pouring down rain. Titans are just this team is abysmal. They got to blow up Mariota, get him out of there. You think they go QB first round next year? Yeah,
I think you would have to at this point.
Right?
He's not it.
Do they go with Tua and try to get the same exact player? I wonder.
That's what I was like. I mean, if they're that stupid, they might. I was actually living in Nashville when the Titans came to town, and it was like, okay, this is going to be the future. We got this new NFL team, and it's just like they've always been right on that brink, but they just never. I don't know. They're like lately, it's just like, what do they actually want out of a quarterback?
It's a strange team, man. Because you got Derrick Henry, and I feel like it was like Steve McNair was decent back in the day. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. That was a D'Anthony situation.
He's dead. Yeah, crazy girlfriend.
Yep,
Crazy
girlfriend while he was married. It is a D'Anthony
have your
Holloway
options.
special. You do. But with that, look, they always had Eddie George. He was great. Steve McNair was kind of good, pretty good, but they never really had those receivers. I feel like this team is the same, although I don't know what Mariota's deal is, man.
No.
There's games that he looks great. He's led him to the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And then there's this.
I'm weird about Oregon quarterbacks, though. Like, I don't trust Pac-12 quarterbacks. Like, USC quarterbacks have been just rant every single time they come out, and like they don't translate to the NFL. Roger Goodell cursed Mariota when he said his name wrong. I feel like the moment it's Mariota, like at the NFL draft, like the guy was cursed.
Look, nobody's going to remember his name in 5 years anyways because he'll be selling used cars
Marcus.
somewhere.
I think he'll be a backup quarterback. He'll be a good one for some.
He could
like
be
the
a Chase
Colts.
Daniel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He could be like clipboard Jesus, man.
Maybe.
Charlie Whitehurst for forever.
Yeah.
But the most important
He's a
story.
Clemson grad, right? Charlie
Yes.
Whitehurst? Yeah.
Yes, he was. Also a Chattahoochee High School grad.
Good for him.
That's my high school, yeah.
Hey.
Tip of the cap
Did
to
you ever bang him in high school?
Sir? No, I didn't. I think he was a freshman when I was a senior.
Too young. Got it.
Too young. So you got to wait till they're 18. Dan learned that the hard way from Kevin Spacey. The Jaguars, though, the only thing to come out of this game was Gardner Minshew.
And his dad.
He is our new hero, and we love him. He is. I think he's the mascot of this show. Are we safe to say that now?
He represents what we represent, which is doing weird shit for no reason.
Yep.
But still being a good, like being elite at what you do. Like he's obviously very good at this.
Yeah,
He's good at playing football and he's good at being a weirdo.
He's great at butt sex, cocaine, and rattlesnakes. So
Rule of threes in comedy. So yeah,
always in that. Stretching with his jockstrap on in the middle of the locker room.
Power move.
Didn't know that.
it reminds me.
I saw a picture of it.
So did I, but I didn't believe it. I thought it was fake.
It reminds me of Greg Maddux back in the day. So he was the
Yes.
biggest troll in MLB history. They call him the Mad Pisser because he would just walk up and piss on people's feet in the shower. He refused to shave, like, tend to his bush area, and he would, like, tease it out with a fucking afro pick or whatever the fuck.
way.
Oh, yeah. He did weird shit all the time. You saw the thing he did with Chris Bryant from the Cubs, right? Like, he put on all this makeup and dressed up like an old janitor or whatever the fuck, and he was just lighting Chris Bryant up. And the dude's like, Chris Bryant is coming off his first, like, all-star year. He's like, what the fuck, man? This asshole that's throwing me BP is fucking me up. And then he takes all his shit off. And it's Greg Maddux.
Yeah, Maddux is sweet. Minshew is now our mascot this year. I wish him nothing but the utmost success. This is what an NFL quarterback should be. This is taking it back to Namath days. Did you see what he walked off the plane with on? What he was wearing?
What was it, like a black or the red suit?
Yeah, the red suits, wide open chest, chains.
It was beautiful.
All 70s across the board.
Yeah.
Kind of like Fitzmagic does sometimes, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
He
this
spreads
was...
it wide sometimes.
He owned it, man. I fucking love this dude. We got to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Got to get him on the show. All the Drinkin Bros hit us up. Bills, we'll run through these scores. Bills did not cover as well. That was 6. Won by 4 over the Bengals.
Frank Gore had 76 yards and qualified for AARP.
Yes.
Crazy, man. How is he still alive
I
in
don't
a
know.
starting
I have no
quarterback?
idea.
I mean,
I have
starting
no idea.
running back in this league.
When we had Carlos Hyde, I was like, he's still around? I mean, it was horrible for that brief moment he was with the Chiefs. But
You know, it's weird. He's not bad with the Texans right now.
Yeah.
He
He's
wasn't
doing
bad
all right.
with the Browns last year. I think he's only been in the league like 5 or 6 years.
I feel like it's been 10.
I know, because he keeps bouncing around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's on like 90 different teams. He was great at Ohio State.
He was.
But I'm not sure what the deal is. I'd like to see him play one full season somewhere and see what he can actually do. But
I think he's only good in a system. You know what I mean? Like he's only good with another running back that matches up with his skill set.
Maybe.
I don't think he can carry
Ironically,
the load.
he's got that down in Houston. It's him and Duke Johnson again, which is the same backfield of the Browns last year.
Yep.
This Cowboy, you did bet this though. Didn't
I bet
you?
I took the Cowboys over the Dolphins. I didn't think the Dolphins would score at all. They happened to manage 2 fucking field goals, which is a goddamn miracle.
It was 23.5.
Because look,
and they won by 25, Dan. That's why I don't do this shit.
No, I mean, look, this is what I expected. I expected the Cowboys to score in the low 30s and the Dolphins to not score or maybe kick a couple field goals. That math adds up to me.
The second half, man, I think they just took out all their starters in the fourth quarter.
Who, the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah. On defense especially, and they still didn't score. So that's kind of
not
good news.
Here's a great bet, by the way, and this is a really fun prop bet that my bookie just put up, and I bet it the other day. I don't know if I posted it, but I screenshotted it. Do you think the Dolphins will go 0-16?
Ooh. So the opposite of 72.
So 20. I put you can only put $25 on this, which I did, because some of these weird prop bets you can only put $25 on. I put it on there, and it's a payout of like $250.
That would be good. I don't see them doing it that badly. They're not like Cleveland Browns level. Yeah, I feel like there's still a glimmer of hope. I don't know why. I have no idea why.
I don't know why you're saying that either, because they don't have anyone on
because
that
there's
team.
games that I remember people going in, they're like, oh, we got this, no big deal. And then the Dolphins would fucking surprise you. That's what they do.
Yeah, but that was the Dolphins when they had an NFL team.
Yeah, that's true.
Like now, they're weekly, it's 15-plus point spreads. Like they're setting spread records every single week.
I don't know if they could beat Clemson today.
I'd like to watch that game.
That would be fun. I would like to
would
watch that kind of like NCAA NFL. Let's go.
With the Browns, though, the year that they went 0-16, I felt differently about that team where a lot of their games were close.
Yeah.
But the Browns were the Browns, and they just kept fucking it up.
Right.
With the Dolphins, these games aren't even close. So I threw it on there. You're welcome to do it at mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will double that deposits. Packers-Broncos. This was an 8-point spread. I stayed away from it. Look, they ended up winning by 11 at the end here with a late field goal from the Packers.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to think of this Packers team. I don't like it. I don't like betting on the Packers, and we'll talk about their spread coming up. But what is your thoughts on the Packers this year?
Started out the year with, they opened up with Chicago, and I thought in my head that Danica Patrick is going to be the reason that Aaron Rodgers goes to shit. Like I said, she has cursed pussy, which I will stand behind.
Yes.
I just don't think you can date a retired person when you're trying to like have your run of your career, like to get back in the saddle. You can't date someone who has nothing but free time. You got to like focus on yourself. Aaron Rodgers needs to dump her. But then he proved me wrong. The Packers are showing more signs of life on defense, which is what they've needed desperately. Mm-hmm. O-line's still a little bit shaky. But Aaron Rodgers having time is dangerous, and he has a lot of time right now.
I know, man, and it's
he
weird.
Still sucks.
Like
he threw for 230 yards this week. Give me a fucking
he
break,
is my fantasy quarterback, and I feel real stupid for taking him right now.
I've benched him after game 2. I've benched him. By the way, I want to shout out the Drinkin' Bros Underdogs League. I'm taking fucking heat because I'm 0-3 in it, and they were like, "You talked all this shit." I lost Tyreek Hill, Damian Williams.
We all did.
James White had a fucking baby and decided to take Sunday off.
Yeah,
Dead
who
serious.
takes a fucking 1/16 of your season off for a fucking baby?
That's ridiculous.
That was crazy. So I looked at the bottom of the thing. I was like, "What? I could take James White out of my lineup for a baby?" And it said a baby on there at the bottom.
Here's the deal. So you know that your wife is pregnant, your girlfriend or whomever she is.
Yes.
Right? And you know you have a game on Sunday. I don't know, maybe fucking induce labor on Friday, bitch.
It's not that difficult.
Give me a fucking break. If my entire family died, I'd send a postcard to the funeral and play the game.
Look, Brett Favre played the day his dad died. So.
Yeah, and he fucking had a monster game.
Yeah,
that was the best Monday
thing.
night game I've maybe ever
Was that
seen.
against the Vikings?
I don't know, but everything he chucked up. What do you have? 6 TDs in the first half. Like
that was
it was
insane.
It was the best.
And people love that shit. They eat it up. Like his dad died.
fucking love
Put some
Brett
inspirational
Favre.
music to it. It's like it's fucking classic.
Yeah, god damn it, I miss Brett Favre.
Same.
I love him.
Maybe it was
The Falcons. Look, I am honest about my own team. I am a homer only to a certain extent. However, we host a sports show, and I have to look at this objectively. The Falcons are the Falcons, man. That was a 1-point spread up at Indianapolis. Look, Indianapolis won by 3. And I say technically because the Falcons were down by fucking 2-3 touchdowns the entire game until garbage time. And then they made a late run here. But this game was nowhere fucking close to this score. You can go ahead and write off the Falcons this year. Yep. I don't know. I don't have any more answers.
No.
Matt Ryan has put up great numbers. Julio Jones looks great. Calvin Ridley looks great.
Julio
Devonta
Jones
Freeman actually had a decent game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had 88 yards. Julio Jones had 128 receiving yards. Jacoby Brissett, though, 28 for 37, 310 yards, 2 TDs. So maybe Indy was right not to worry about homeboy abandoning their team.
I guess, or is the Falcons' defense that shitty?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be better this year when everybody was in the hospital. Because last year their entire defense was dead. Look,
Dan Quinn is now calling the defense for these guys, and he was the fucking defensive coordinator for that Legion of Boom team for the Seahawks. So I don't know what the answer is. I think at the end of this year, it would feel strange to get rid of Matt Ryan because of the numbers he puts up. However, I don't know if he's good enough to ever win a Super Bowl. So what do you do at that point?
Who's their backup?
Fucking the guy who's 90 years old, Schaub.
Yeah, the guy's not.
Matt Schaub.
Matt Schaub. Oh my God.
Yeah, anyone but Kaepernick is the answer for who's your backup quarterback these days.
Brock Osweiler. Where's he at?
Osweiler's still somewhere.
Yeah,
man.
he's been working out with teams lately.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
is he in Washington?
I think so. He might be. It might be, but I think you got to keep Matt Ryan because quarterbacks are hard to come by. But I don't think he's that guy to win the Super Bowl. So I'm not sure what they do here. They'll probably get rid of Dan Quinn at the end of this year.
Probably a good idea.
Because the rest of the Falcons' schedule is brutal, and you can't lose. You can't drop a game like this.
No.
To the fucking Colts. If it was Andrew Luck, fine. Jacoby Brissett, you don't lose this fucking game. That'll bring us to the Ravens-Chiefs. It is a good time to be a Chiefs fan, isn't it?
It's not bad.
How amazing is because you were at the game on Sunday, right? How amazing is it to watch him every fucking week? It's
ruined everything for me. It's like having like a super hot girlfriend, and then like you just you can't go up from there.
No, like a supermodel girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean, we have been. I'm not saying suffering because Alex Smith was an incredible quarterback. He was just boring and never took any risks.
Right.
And Mahomes is the complete opposite of that.
Yes, and this game, look, it was 33-28. I didn't touch this either because it was 6.5. It was a fun fucking game to watch. Lamar Jackson is fun to watch.
He still looks really good.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it that he does, but he does. And they made a little comeback they tried to late
it was
here.
Cute.
But this game wasn't very close either. It was 23-6 at halftime. So Mahomes is that dude, man. Everybody who said that this was going to be, a fallback year or we've got some tape on him, good luck with that because he's playing without Tyreek Hill. And tell us about this McCole Hardman kid and this Robinson kid that have stepped in.
Really fast, and they can catch balls. I mean, they're pretty good. But it's crazy to me to think that everyone is a weapon with Mahomes. So it doesn't matter who the fuck you put in front of him. He's going to get them in the end zone. Yeah. Every time.
Because look, they're without Damian Williams. They're without Tyreek Hill. Nothing has slowed down for this team. Mahomes still had.
We even
3
lost
TDs.
our left tackle. We have Cam Irving in there trying to figure out what he's doing with his life. But
it's crazy, right?
It's nuts. I'm how in the hell is this kid so good?
I want to read you some stats.
Can't wait.
Fire away.
Last season at this time, Mahomes after 3 games had 896 yards. Right.
Okay.
He ended up throwing for over 5,000.
Yeah.
Right now he's got 1,200 in 3 games. Right, he's on pace for 6,300 yards this season.
Jesus Christ! And one of these games, man, was such a blowout. They took him out.
Yeah.
So
see that Chad Henne action.
It's scary good, man. I think. Look, I picked the Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs Rams Super Bowl and the Chiefs winning it all before the season started. Obviously, staying with that. If there's 2 things that happened this week, AB got cut because he's a fucking idiot and deserves everything that is coming his way.
He's going to college now. It's fine.
Well, online. He's going to
is he going to University of Phoenix?
Who the fuck announces I'm going to online college?
Yeah.
What?
He's going to University of Phoenix to get his
no, it's Central Michigan.
Get his culinary degree.
Central Michigan. Yeah.
we just have to give him time.
What a piece of shit.
But with him leaving and the Chiefs possibly getting Jalen Ramsey, then I think they can absolutely take down the Patriots this year.
We're going to fuck them up.
Is that Jalen Ramsey shit true?
I have heard a lot that indicates yes. I don't want to ever say like my sources because that's so stupid, but a friend of mine that's a scout for the Jaguars, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's honestly, Veach is a smart motherfucker because his stock right now is tanking. So we're going to get him for way less than if we would have just like immediately been like, yes, come here now.
What is it? Is it a first or is it 2 firsts?
It was a first and a second.
I would still give up a first and a second for him.
I would too.
I'd do it in a fucking heartbeat.
Like right now, if you've seen our secondary, we need it.
And not only that, but I was looking at next year's upcoming draft. There isn't a cornerback that is as good as Jalen Ramsey in the draft coming up. So what are you waiting for? You're 3-0. You can absolutely win the Super Bowl this year. Take these fucking picks.
I mean, if they get Ramsey and fucking immediately lock him down to like a 3-year deal, something like that.
It would be a 2.
You could win more than just this year's Super Bowl. You're a fucking number 1 contender for the next 3 to 5 years, in my opinion.
Because the difference with him in an AB, to me, I think Jalen Ramsey just wants to be on a good team.
Yeah, if he wins, he keeps his mouth shut usually.
He's fine, yeah. And let's face it, you're not going to out-superstar Mahomes. So you know what you're going into in that situation if you're him, right? And I think him playing with Bortles all those years and now seeing Mahomes, like, hey, man, I think he would be all in, and I think he'd be a great asset to the Chiefs.
He's put in his time, that's for sure.
The Vikings came alive, smashed the Raiders.
Still not a believer in the Vikings, though.
I am.
Not at all.
I'm not going to get off that train, but
they're a huge disappointment last year, and they've looked like shit so far this year. Stephon Diggs isn't even showing up to these games.
No.
Like he's a fucking no-show, basically.
Well, he was hurt before the season started, so I hope it's an injury. I have him on 2 fantasy teams, and he has shit the bed for me.
Yeah,
so
terrible. Like 4.5 points last week. Or
awful,
something. Terrible,
fucking awful. Jets Patriots. This is why I don't bet these huge ass spreads. This was 20 fucking 1.5 points or something like that.
Yeah,
they won by 16. The Patriots did not care in the second half to even bother to play. So it was a tough one, man.
Le'Veon Bell had, I think, maybe the worst game of his entire career.
He doesn't have because there's nobody there.
Yeah,
You're down to a 3rd-string quarterback, and all you have to do now is stack the box against the Jets, and that's it.
Yeah,
he had 18 carries for 35 yards.
Yeah, and I watched a little bit of it. Again,
that's bad.
Stack the box all game. There's nothing you can do. He's on a couple of my fantasy teams. That fucks me until Sam Darnold comes back. This
From
team
mono.
is
Who the fuck gets mono as an adult?
a child. A child gets.
Does
mono.
he have kids? Because, I mean, kids are little disease factories.
Yeah,
both,
but
you know.
I got mono in college. Actually,
Kids don't. If kids got mono, they'd die.
You're welcome.
Right? Like.
I don't know. I don't have kids.
None
that lived.
High school and college, you get it. I get it in college. You're welcome. I don't know who it was.
Whoever it was. You're
whoever
welcome.
that gave that to me, fuck you. But obviously, you're welcome for.
Well, you got to pay it forward.
Yeah, you do. You know who's in that movie? Kevin Spacey.
He's been paying it forward for years.
Bet he has.
To young men in bars
Scholarship
young
program.
men
across America.
You can, young men. Next up, Lions beat the Eagles, man. Not only did they win, but they covered. And that was the Eagles at home. It was a shocker.
The Lions.
D-Jax,
I think, is going to be out for the year. What about you?
I mean, look, it seemed like he had an abdominal injury, and instead of getting surgery immediately on it, he's going to try to sit out 4 weeks and see what happens. That never works.
No.
He'll come back, have one good week maybe, and injure it in the 6-week post.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point, dude? Just get the surgery and shut it down.
Yeah,
like what is he, like 29 now? He's getting older.
I think he's 34.
34,
What?
really?
That's
There's no way.
Deshaun Jackson is a fucking
Yeah,
old
he's
man.
he's been
dude.
around for a minute.
He's been around for a very, very long time.
I feel like some of these guys are like a Mandela effect.
I think
that
played,
guy's been around forever.
I know, right? I think he played with Donovan McNabb.
Yeah, he
Look
did.
that up.
Oh, if that's the case, then he's 60.
I know.
He's
I know.
30.
I think he played with Freddie Mitchell, maybe.
He's 32.
Yeah, might have played with Fred X.
He's got a nice neck tattoo.
Panthers Cardinals, didn't care about this game. Not gonna fucking report on it. Congrats to the Panthers and all that shit. But look, you're playing the Cardinals. Fuck off with that.
Christian McCaffrey had 24 carries, 153 yards on the ground.
That Kyle Allen kid had 4 touchdowns. The backup quarterback for the Panthers. Good for you, I guess.
McCaffrey also had 3 catches for 35 yards. He is just a fantasy god.
I know. I got him in one league. I wish I had him in every league. He was amazing. Look, we said all along, throughout all the draft process, everything, it's Kamara or McCaffrey. That should be your onesie twosies. Everybody at ESPN, all these guys had Saquon Barkley listed. We called this injury, and I hate that we did because I love watching Saquon.
Just
Barkley
overwork,
play.
man. You can't put an entire offense on a quarterback and a couple of receivers, but not on a running back. Because realistically, he can only touch the ball 20 to 30 times a game.
Right.
And that's half your plays, right?
So most people's first round draft, or their first pick in the draft is out for about 8 weeks for a high ankle sprain. Daniel Jones looked good, though. Danny Dimes. What if everybody in the world, including us, was wrong on this?
I didn't really go hard after that one because Mel Kiper was so convinced that this guy was going to be a stud. I was like, oh, we'll see, I guess. I don't see it. But
I was not convinced.
I wasn't either. No,
I'm not convinced.
Like, look at the kid.
I'm still not convinced. He's a goofy looking, but so was Eli, right? Eli's a squishy faced retard too.
Yeah.
And he won 2 Super Bowls, so what the fuck?
Mahomes, though, like that was not surprising. Like watching Mahomes in college, it was like, all right, cool. I had to watch this fucking kid because we live in North Carolina, so a bunch of Duke games are always on in the background of every sports bar you
Always
go
the
to.
background.
Always.
Duke football. Ugh.
And it's like, I can't believe it because I didn't think he was that great in college. Texans over the Chargers called this one. I was amped about that because I think this offense is really fucking good, and I enjoy watching Deshaun Watson play, and this was beating the Chargers at home.
Yeah, he threw up 350 and 3 TDs again. Mm-hmm. He's lighting it up this year.
He's looking good. The only problem fantasy-wise is they've got 90 receivers on this team, and I don't – look, I've got Will Fuller 5. I wish I had the other 4 on my team because I don't – Jesus Christ. I don't know who he's throwing to. Kenny still seems to be getting a lot of balls.
Mostly DeAndre Hopkins, I think.
Yeah. Well, Hopkins has always been the one,
big.
right?
Yeah, he's.
But you could usually depend on their 2 for a lot of points fantasy wise. But he seems to be spreading around between Kiki, Do You Love Me, Will Fuller 5, and then Kenny Stills. So 49ers at the Steelers.
I called that one.
I've
been riding the 49ers dick all fucking year this year.
You were incorrect on this one. It was 6.5. They only won by 4, which I was surprised.
Well, I bought points on that one. I bought it down to 3, I think.
There's no way, Dan.
Yeah.
There's no way you did that.
Or 2.5, maybe.
It was on a 6.5 point spread, and no one buys.
No, it was a
3
6-point spread.
That was too big. I didn't even touch that. Didn't want to bother, man. I think this Mason Rudolph kid could be good. I still do not believe in the 49ers here at 3-0.
Oh, no.
They're not a weird team.
They're not a real contender. I just think they've been playing shitty teams.
Saints Seahawks. Look, I picked the Seahawks in this one. I hate that I picked the Seahawks in this one.
Yeah.
God, I just want to breathe this out real quick before I induce my anger and hatred on Russell Wilson and this team. There's somebody that hits me up on Instagram after every Seahawks win because I hate this team so much. Every time you turn on the TV, it is raining there. It looks miserable. Pete Carroll had a broken nose. He got Jan Brady'd in this by his own player.
That was beautiful.
But this was they lost to a backup quarterback for the Saints. What you got some inside info on Russell Wilson? What's his fucking
He's
sitch?
A fucking weirdo. I mean, the guy, I just don't understand, and I've had an issue, and it sounds so stupid. I've already insulted Danica Patrick, but Sierra, she had a kid with Future.
Yep.
The guy was banning Future music from practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just want to troll the guy and play Future at that point. He's dated the homie hopper of the rap world, and they saved themselves for marriage, like him and Sierra. What the fuck? Like, we all know that she's fucked half the rappers out there now, and like you guys aren't special. They're just, it's so weird.
Yeah.
And they're like that, like annoyingly like happy stupid couple that I just don't even know what they even do together.
It's the A-Rod J-Lo of the football world, where it's just a fake couple that it's just press and how to look good or whatever. I hate this fucking guy. I hate this team. I bet on this goddamn game. And I'm not mad about the bet because we bet, usually fucking 40 games a weekend or something crazy. I'm not mad about the bet. I'm mad that I believed in the Seahawks finally, and they just always turn out to be the Seahawks. I also got my ass kicked in by Tyler Lockett in this fucking game. He had 90 fucking points on fantasy, and it was just like,
that kid's good.
I was up by like 25 over some dickhead going into that Tyler Lockett game, and he beat me because of Russell Wilson finally decided to throw a touchdown in his career.
I guess so.
What was the thing about him looking up love quotes?
Oh my God. It was like this weird like Word document that they turned into a PDF that somebody found him writing Sierra these letters. The captions on Instagram are very important. And when you post a caption of your like wife, girlfriend, whatever, you're supposed to have something to say. But he Googled like love notes to write. And it was the cheesiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And he just tried to claim it. He tried to just say it was his.
It did. And I fucking hate him for it. Rams, Browns.
Just tell him more stuff that you just hate about Russell Wilson. Fucking hair.
Hate him. Rams, Browns. Look, 6.5 on that one. Called that one. There's a good shot the Browns go 1-6 here. Their next 4 games are brutal.
Yeah.
One of them's against Seattle, so who goddamn knows in that game. It was the Bears-Redskins. I wore the wrong fucking shirt, dude. This might as well be the same team, though, to me.
The Broncos and the Bears?
Yeah, I put on this Broncos shirt today on purpose for this. It was the wrong goddamn team, dude. Both of these, the Redskins and the Broncos, are dead even to me in my eyes with this stupid shit. Just a colossal disappointment every year.
Yeah.
Both they're 0-3.
Like, of all the I hate to say they're the worst NFL franchise, but considering the amount of money they have, right?
Yeah.
And the output from the team over the years.
Yeah.
They're in the contention for it for sure. I mean, look, the Dolphins just went fire sale, right? But they've at least been sort of trying. And that's, to me, is not – they don't spend a lot of money down there typically. But D.C., they've got – these Snyder people, they have a lot of fucking money. And they still can't put a good team on the field.
It's crazy, man. I feel the same way about the Broncos, where it's just like, can you just put your real quarterback in there and let's find out, instead of starting these old fucking guys, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't get it. Like,
you know what we'll do? We'll get Joe Flacco.
Yeah. And the same with the Redskins. I know. We'll take Alex Smith in his 90th year.
His fucking leg fell off, bro.
Yeah.
He
doesn't even have a leg anymore. Crazy.
I think it was smart though not to pop in Haskins last night.
Not in the middle of a game. They need to give him a fresh game.
Give him the Giants game coming up this week.
That would be – I'd like to see him and Daniel Jones go head-to-head because, honestly, there's a little beef between those two.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Because Haskins was talking a lot of shit.
Make something out of that game if you were the goddamn Redskins. But it's the same team, and it's 1,000 old quarterbacks, and that's it. I don't get it, man. Put Haskins in there. Let's fucking play ball. I wore the wrong fucking T-shirt, dude.
I like that even more.
Different.
Do you even own
team.
A Bears shirt?
I don't.
I mean, there's a buffalo on your hat. That's close to a bear.
Well, this is Bison Union. This is Bert Koontz. So we're close enough on that one. By the way, just to wrap this up with the Bears, that Gabriel guy, who was our 90th string for the Falcons, caught 3 touchdowns in a corner, and then broke his fucking leg or whatever after that. Gone. I don't know what to think of Trubisky. You and I bicker about this back and forth. He looked great last night.
No, he didn't.
He torched it. He had fucking 3 or 4 touchdowns.
He was playing the worst team on earth.
I understand.
Like, they're pathetic. And look, Case Keenum outperformed him technically.
I did. Well, look, at the end, Case Keenum started chucking up bombs. The real deal out of that game was that Terry McLaurin. I picked him up in 4 out of my 6 leagues off the waiver wire. Scary Terry, they were calling him last night. First NFL rookie with 6+ catches in his first 3 games and a touchdown.
Him and that kid from that you like, the other receiver that nobody knows about. What's his name? Cole Beasley.
Oh yeah,
are both.
Beasley catches 90 million balls a game.
It's crazy.
If you're in a PPR league, I've been throwing Cole Beasley on as a flex because he catches 900 balls with Josh Allen. But here's my last plead to you, Redskins, to start Haskins. You know, if Terry McLaurin is that good, who his quarterback was last year in college, it was Dwayne Haskins. Let's see the two of them together and fucking go all Ohio State and just at least try to pretend that you want to win, because you're not doing it with Case Keenum.
Did you see, by the way, before we move on from that game, did you see AP on the sidelines? Every time he wasn't in the game, he was like storming around, pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
He's got taxes to pay, brother.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't affect his salary. He's still going to make his money.
I understand it, but he wants to make more money. So if he has a good year, he can get another year and maybe play again. So he needs to get in there and start running the ball. I like that Chris Thompson kid, though.
He's all right, yeah.
He can look. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's fast as shit. I just think he needs a better fucking team. But we'll see. He's not. Look, that's not a bad waiver wire pickup if you're going Chris Thompson this week. But let's get to the spreads of this week, shall we, kids? How do you feel this week?
I'm a little bit nervous. Chiefs.
About these?
Mostly the Chiefs I'm weirded out about, but like I always have a hard time seeing the teams that have been playing at home go on a road game, and by now pretty much all the teams have. So I don't really think it's like an exposed weekend. I don't think anyone's going to get like called out or anything.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be, I don't want to say trap weekend because I think there's some really good matchups.
So do I. I think it happens twice a year in NFL and college. And to me personally, that last weekend all the way around I stayed away from it. I bet a little just because it's, again, airport. Dan and I were in, waiting for a flight. So we were like, yeah, fuck it. Let's throw on that Jacksonville game. And then Monday nights, man, you're fucking bored. Nothing's going on.
Yeah.
I bet 6 different parlays just to do it.
Yeah.
I went to the ends of the earth on mybookie.com to find a parlay that I had not bet.
Really? That's amazing.
6. So I bet that 6 ways last night.
Yeah, well, I recommend making other plans this upcoming Monday.
Oh, why is it?
Bengals Steelers.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. You may as well just hang yourself Bourdain style in your closet, man. Look, there's no point in watching this game.
Oof, that one hurts. It's going to be... Look, it's going to be another the Bears-Redskins game, man. I'll throw money on it because I'm not fucking junkies at the end of the day.
I'm not.
Bullshit. 30 minutes before kickoff, you will call me and say, dude, I put 100 on this.
I probably will, yeah.
Same. All right, let's get into the college spreads. We're going to start with D'Anthony's team. As always, I read off the spreads as they were this morning. D'Anthony reads off the spreads as they are now. Hopefully this will help you determining where the early betting is going on these games. First one up, man, is a Friday night game. This is a tough one. This is Penn State at Maryland. Maryland has looked gritty all year. This is Penn State minus 6.5. D'Anthony, who do you got?
It's still at 6.5. Man, I'm going to take Penn State. I think they're going to do it this week. I think Maryland got shook a little bit recently, and their confidence isn't really where it needs to be. I actually don't think they're that great of a team either.
Maryland?
Yeah. I just think they're tough. They're gritty and shit, right? But when you play somebody that's superior, you should lose, even at home.
Sure.
And 6.5, I think that's about where it should be, to be honest. I think it's going to be a one-score game.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah.
I think it's fair. I think 6.5 is good. Maryland's just one of those teams you go in there and you never know what's going to happen. They can upset you. I mean, the history of them, teams go in there pretty confident, and sometimes they can actually shake them up and win.
But yeah, they almost beat Clemson.
It wasn't that long ago. Yeah,
no, they beat Texas last year opening game.
Yeah,
they did beat Texas.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
opening game, and then they took Ohio State to overtime.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, man, it's for whatever reason, because it's not like their football fans are that great.
No,
and it's not a great stadium. So I don't know why it's hard to play there for some reason, but I'm going to take Penn State in this one, and then we'll watch.
I mean, Penn State rocked them last year.
Yeah, you and I will get trash and watch this game on Friday night.
Eat crab cakes.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Crab cakes and football.
That's bad juju for me. I'm a Penn State guy.
Oof, this next one, man. Have they moved up Cal to number 15 in the country?
Yeah.
That is disgusting to me. And they're playing Arizona State. The women of Arizona State do not deserve to have a team like this that is unranked.
They don't. They're too pretty for this.
It's way too sexy for this. The line is Cal minus 5. Who you got, D'Anthony?
Oh boy, I hate the Pac-12. Look for
so
I'm not going to bet this for the show. I think Cal probably wins by a touchdown, but I'm not betting this.
You called it a trap conference, and I think that's probably the best quote I've heard about the Pac-12. It really is, man, because these teams are so shitty. You don't know who's going to win week in, week out.
And it changes. It's like, okay, 1 week this is the most dominant team in the Pac-12, but the next week they just have no consistency.
Oh, yeah, give it 2 weeks.
And then they go out. Yeah, give it 2 weeks and everything changes. And it just drives me insane. I think I'm going to go, just to switch it up, Arizona State with this one.
I know I am too. And I think what I'm going to do with this, I don't know what the over-under is in this game. Arizona State's been putting up some decent amount of points. I think, because on my bookie, you can go teaser, 6-point teaser, either way. Tease this up to 11. Again, this is junkie status shit here on a Friday night where you're up and you're like, fuck it. Wife's gone to bed.
Over-under's 40 in that one.
Yeah. So tease this Cal line up to 11, and then tease that over-under down to 34. And
wait a minute. Cal.
And see what happens on that.
It's 4.5 now in my bookie.
See?
Getting closer.
I told you. Arizona State, man. You bet on the ladies.
4.5, and the over-under is 40. That's
tease it up, dude. Tease it up both ways. I'm going to take that after the show just to do it. Probably throw a hundo on that. Nothing fucking crazy. Next up, we got Texas Tech at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's look great this year. They moved a slot down in the rankings behind Ohio State's just because they were off. It was a bye week for them.
Also, Ohio State is just crushing it right now.
I know.
Destroying
souls. But so is Oklahoma. Both teams have looked great. So, they could bitch about this if they wanted to. The line is Oklahoma minus 27 against Texas Tech at home. Whew. I think this is a 4-touchdown game, but they're really putting your dick in the water here on this.
Tech
one.
has no defense.
No.
Nothing. It's going to be very high scoring, but I just don't know if it's going to be both of them high scoring or if it's just going to be Oklahoma. There's been games where Oklahoma shuts them out. There's been games where they just kind of like mess with them at the beginning and like you can have a few touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, the spread is 71.5.
The over.
Or the over, yeah.
Jeez.
It's a big one.
So big, man. I don't go any over that high. I don't go that.
That's insane.
I made one with who was it earlier this year? Houston and somebody I know.
Yeah, by a half point.
Was it like Houston and Oklahoma State?
No, it was actually Houston and Oklahoma.
And
Oklahoma scored a meaningless touchdown with 30 seconds left and covered by a half a point at 80.
$388.
The over-under was 79.5. Look, I like Oklahoma, and I think they're rad. I'd tease this game down. Whenever you start to get 27 points like this in conference, that's too many points for me to stomach on this one. I might try to tease it down to 21 and then try to knock that under down 6 points. But I don't touch a game that's this high in conference.
No,
what about you?
Fuck that.
No
way. No, it's not. I mean, look, I actually will watch that game because it's just like going to be fucking air raid on both sides of the ball. But
it's a noon game. That's a blast to watch. That's a fun one.
I'll probably be in my bed spread eagle.
You spread eagle jacking, yeah.
Yeah, and then over the top, I'll see the TV.
Obviously. Next up, we got Northwestern against Wisconsin. Wisconsin, it's minus 24. They've been the shock of college football this year.
They look really good on the ground, especially Taylor. What we expected him to do last year, he's doing this year. One of the comments that I've heard from Wisconsin fans in the Drinkin Bros community is that this new quarterback is doing his progressions, like he reads the progression so much better than that turd did last year, that it's really opened up the offense, and now Taylor has running lanes to run through now. Maybe that's it, because he's having a great fucking year now.
Maybe. Northwestern's look like dog shit this year.
They're not their usual pick somebody off in a major conference sells this year. It's weird.
Who do you got in this one, Gab?
Wisconsin. But it's so like that's a huge.
It's a big spread.
Yeah.
Minus 24 on that.
How much would you tease it?
Boy, I mean, you can only tease it 6, but what's the over/under in this one, Dan?
Ooh, the over/under is 46, so they're predicting like a 35-11 game.
I think basically. You tease that down because it's probably I bet you Wisconsin puts up 42 and then tease the other one down 6, and that one I'll do that. But at 24, that's a lot of fucking points, man. In conference. Next up, we got Middle Tennessee against Iowa. Having a hard time with this spread.
Why is there even a spread on this game? Like, Iowa should win this game by 30-plus points, right? But there's a 24 spread?
I don't understand it. It's 24.5, so obviously people are betting. If you say it's down to 24 right now.
Hang on, let me check it again.
It started off at 24.5. If so, that means people are betting Middle Tennessee.
That's 24.
Yeah. So people are betting Middle
Tennessee. What the fuck?
I don't know why.
Where is that? I mean, aside from in the middle of Tennessee, where the fuck is that?
In the middle of Tennessee. It's by.
God damn it, dude.
They
lost to Duke by fucking like 25 points last week or something.
Yeah.
I will take this one. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah.
They lost to Michigan by 19, but Michigan sucks. Yeah, I think Iowa's going to wreck these guys. Like, I don't think Middle Tennessee will even score in this game.
I don't see it.
What's the fucking... Hold on, let me see what the over-under is.
Did something did something happen to them?
You mean Iowa? I mean,
they don't. Middle Tennessee.
They don't exist. Iowa, the state.
It is a really weird game to have. Like, everyone else is in conference play. What are you doing?
But not only is that, but everybody's in conference play, and you've all these spreads in the Big Ten are 24 right now.
Yeah.
So is this, and this is Middle Tennessee. Unless I'm missing something, I'm taking Iowa in this one. Unless did their coach get hit by a meteor?
No, he is a meteor actually. Meteor.
Meat eater. Oh. There it is.
Got it. Yeah, that was at 24.5 an hour ago, by the way. Now it's down to 24
Wow.
already.
So people do
not believe.
People don't believe in Iowa, and neither do I. Like
No.
it's a state, but I believe they're going to win this game.
Is this heaven?
Obviously.
No, it's Iowa. I'm going to bet this. I'm going to
Nope.
bet Iowa in this one.
Nope.
You going?
Nope.
Yep.
No covert Field of Dreams quotes in this
I
fucking
got it.
show.
Snuck it right under the
No,
wire there.
we're
didn't
not
I?
doing that.
I heard it.
What do you got, Gat?
Iowa should win this game unless there's something that Middle Tennessee is planning. You know, maybe like some sort of like break-in or something. They're just gonna like destroy Iowa in their sleep. I don't know, like some weird like voodoo shit going on.
Yeah.
I just can't see anything else happening. That's a complete blowout.
I don't understand that, but I'm going to take Iowa. Next up, we got Rutgers, Michigan. I don't have a spread on this.
27.5.
There it is.
Over under is 48, which is that's a 38-10 game.
You know why there was no spread earlier, right?
Because Michigan sucks.
Well, that, and I wonder if they were thinking about benching Shea Patterson, the quarterback, because they took him out and put in McCaffrey, actually, Christian McCaffrey's brother.
Yeah.
To play QB.
And he's a true freshman, is that right?
I think he was a red shirt, so I think he's a sophomore now. But obviously a highly touted recruit. 27.5. I don't know who starts this game. It is Rutgers, though, so I'll take anybody against Rutgers for under 4 scores.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I'm going to...
Why does Rutgers have a football team at all?
I don't know why they have any sports programs.
I mean,
I think they're a lacrosse school.
I was gonna say, what are they known for?
I'm being dead serious. I think they're really, really good at lacrosse.
Okay.
And that's because that's a big thing up in like the New Jersey,
Yeah.
all along that northeast coast. But they definitely shouldn't have been in the Big Ten at all. They shouldn't have been put in there.
what were they in before the Big Ten? They were in another conference.
Yeah, they were in
like the Big East or something.
Was
Yeah,
it?
Big
Yeah,
East,
it was
yeah.
Big East.
God, get fucked, Rutgers.
Well, here's why the Big Ten wanted them was they thought,
The New York TV market?
yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be that, right?
So they thought that they were going to get that tri-state market, which is great, obviously. But problem is you got to put product on the field, and Rutgers can't put anybody on the fucking field. The only player that ever played there was worth of shit was Ray Rice. Did they take that statue down, that Ray Rice statue down?
No, they replaced it with a statue of O.J. Simpson.
Oh, okay, good. Just
Beautiful.
checking.
They wanted to step their game up a little bit. Like, look, you smack women around. This dude murders women.
It would have been awesome if they took down the Ray Rice statue and put his girlfriend lying in that elevator like a statue
They
of
could
that.
just add her.
Yeah,
Like to
right
the
to
to
the
the
side.
back. Yeah.
Right to the side. I feel bad for Ray Rice. It was one
I
bad,
don't. I
one
don't.
bad
He
Feel
hit
bad for
that-
the elevator.
He hit that woman very hard.
Elevator's innocent.
No, I don't feel bad for Ray Rice. So yeah, I think we're in agreement. We're going to take this just because it is Rutgers, and I'd take anybody under 4 scores against Rutgers.
Yeah.
Next up, we get Texas A&M at Arkansas. Arkansas last week lost to was it a D2 school?
Let me check.
It was someone really, really fucking bad.
I mean, they're 2-2.
Yeah, they are 2-2, but I believe they lost to a Division II school.
Yeah,
last
San
week.
Jose State.
There
Although
it is.
San Jose State played some tough games at the end of last year.
Yeah, they're not D2, by the way.
No,
but
they
they're
should be.
goddamn very close.
Yeah.
The spread is Texas A&M minus 23.5. GAT, who you got?
A&M. That's going to be. I don't even know what exactly it is about Arkansas, but I feel like ever since Petrino fell off that little scooter, motorcycle, whatever he was on, just downhill.
Yeah.
Just bring back the controversy. I don't know. They just got to do something. There's no life in that program. It feels like.
Yeah, he's got to start fucking assistants again.
Yeah, something needs to happen.
It's like Tiger Woods. He's not playing golf unless he's banging Waffle House
Yeah.
waitresses.
No.
Just the way it is, man. Look, if that's the sacrifice we as a society have to make to see the best golfer of all time, it's worth it, dude.
I think so.
That fucking blonde lady should have kept her fucking mouth shut.
He's
out there.
She got paid, though.
She would have been paid way more. If she had waited another 5 years, she would have made like $750 to $1 billion instead of.
He was hurt. He looked like shit. I think she got out when she did.
You think so?
She's
I think we should
rockstar
rob
hot,
her.
too.
She is.
What's she doing? Is she just slanging that puss around now? Or
What does she have to
I
do?
think she got remarried, actually.
Really? Why?
Overseas, went back overseas. She was from like Switzerland or something.
I don't get it, man. With all that money, maybe she's just got some cuck.
Here's so the caddy and them split off because of this.
Yeah.
Because I guess the caddy introduced the two of them or something like that. The caddy was pissed off, because I guess she was like the nicest woman on the planet, and he was like, "Go fuck yourself." So who knows? Who fucking knows with that one?
Well, good for him for sticking by the.
There's a weird thing with this
the
game.
lady.
In this Texas A&M Arkansas game that I want to bring up, because I always try to look at the venue just in case, like, oh, hey, we're going to throw something else in here. This is at Jerry World. And you're probably asking yourself, hey, man, isn't that reserved for like special occasions and special like games? It is. However, Jerry Jones went to Arkansas and fucking loves Arkansas. Therefore, he put this game inside the dome. There'll be about 18 people at this game, my man. Because I think A&M stomps them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, A&M. I mean, look, they only have to win
that's
by.
basically a home game for A&M. So
Yeah.
Weird. Next up, we got Clemson, still number 1 in the nation, obviously, against North Carolina. North Kakalaki. Clemson minus 26.5. This is staying in the theme of what we said before the season started, actually, that none of these spreads for Clemson the entire year would be under 17.5.
Yeah.
That is exactly what has happened.
I don't know if we've seen anything under 23 so far this year.
Maybe not, man. No, that A&M game was, actually. That was the closest one. That was 17.5.
Yeah, that's right, 17.5.
Look, Clemson rolls this game. 4 scores 7 years ago. That's kind of what we're at here at 26.5. What do you think?
I don't even think I've paid attention to UNC this year. So football-wise, I have no idea what they're capable of. But
Well, they beat Miami by a field goal. Beat South Carolina by 4, and then in the last 2 weeks they've lost to Wake Forest and App State.
Oof.
Ooh.
App State, though, look, they show out.
No,
sometimes.
it was at UNC.
Yeah, against Michigan.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it was at. It was.
Have you ever been to a game at UNC? I just don't give a shit about football there.
No,
I don't care.
I wouldn't go because it would be. I mean, it'd probably be a fun place to party.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a smart kids school.
True.
So it's. I've partied there before. We stayed there for a weekend in college, and it was. I was surprised at like how. It's a really fucking good school, and it's hard to get into.
They're probably doing ayahuasca and shit instead of.
Yeah,
going
just
to
none of the
tailgates.
fun shit. Like they weren't, putting bottle rockets up each other's asses or
No
anything.
butt chugging going on.
No.
What's the point of even being alive if you're not pouring alcohol in your anus?
That's what I say. Look, I think Clemson probably wins by 4 scores on this.
Again, I'm not
a tough one
betting
to
this.
bet, yeah.
I'm not betting 26.5.
No.
In conference game, that's
No.
tough, man. Next up, we got Ole Miss at Alabama. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. This is minus 37. Ole Miss, man, used to be somebody.
Yeah.
I've got. Hang on, let me check this again in case it's updated again. It's 38 now.
Is it really?
Yep. Because everybody's betting on
Alabama. Look,
Yeah.
here's
It
the
was
weird
30.
thing.
It was 36 an hour ago, and now it's 38.
So here's the shocking thing about this. That Southern Miss spread last week was 39, right? And that's a D2 school.
Yep.
They're saying now that Ole Miss is 1 point below a D2 school.
The disrespect.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I honestly think I might go with Ole Miss on this one because that's a lot of points, and this is the first game against a real team. Not that Ole Miss is good, but this is the first game against an actual human being team that Alabama's played this year.
Yeah,
Like everybody's like 2 through 5 touchdowns last. Yeah, against my fucking sister's soccer team, bro.
Yeah, and Alabama, dude, they didn't cover last week with that big ass spread. So, homeboy, Saban's not the type of guy who cares about running up the score.
No.
So yeah, I mean, look, you could take this.
I'm going to keep an eye on this one through the week and see where it goes. I'm not going to bet it yet.
No,
But if it drops back down and people start betting on Ole Miss and it goes down to 36 again, like it was when it started, I would bet that. I'm not betting
34.5, but I don't know if it's gonna swing that heavy. Next up, this game's an interesting game, man. Notre Dame continues to schedule well. Virginia, number 18, 4-0, is at Notre Dame, and the spread is 12 on this one. I think the spread is so low on this one, not because I think Virginia's great and they're ranked. I think it's because of how great their defense looked last week against Georgia. And they might be able to shut shit down at Virginia.
I think they can. Who was Virginia played last week?
I have no idea.
But Virginia's sneaky.
Yeah,
But I just don't think going into Notre Dame that it's going to happen.
Yeah, they won again last week. They got right into the top 25.
They're in 18 right now.
Yeah, put their pants on, and now they're at 18. I hate betting Notre Dame, but I think I'm going to take it. I don't believe
they
in
played
Virginia.
Old Dominion last week.
I don't believe in Virginia. So I'm actually gonna take Notre Dame in this. It's probably gonna fuck me like the Seahawks, but I'm gonna do it.
Not me, buddy.
Yeah. I'm gonna take
not me.
It's a 2-score game, I think. I think Notre Dame built some confidence after last week. Shutting down Georgia, and I think that carries over. Is this a 3:30 game? Yeah. I think they'll be fine for that. Next up, USC is ranked. Wow. Welcome to
What year is this?
Welcome to 1999. No, I'm kidding. They were good all through the 2000s. But USC's 21 with a third-string quarterback. And they're playing at Washington. Number 17 spread is 10.5, minus 10.5 for Washington. Who you got, D'Anthony?
Man, I feel like this is a trap game, to be honest.
It's the pack.
Both of these fucking teams are inconsistent as fuck. Like, you don't know who's coming out to play. We don't even know anything about this USC quarterback. He may have only been okay because no one's ever heard of him before for last week. So that makes me lean towards Washington, but I'm not going to bet this bullshit.
You know what I'm going to start calling this? I'm going to start calling it the Trap 12.
Yep.
This is exactly what this is. And, like, I don't know with these fucking teams, man. I've lost in Washington
down to
this
10.
year. It's down to 10. People are betting USC.
Yep.
Wow. That's shocking, man. With a third-string quarterback at Washington.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
By
the way, that Notre Dame, Virginia, it went from 12.5 to 12 in the last hour.
Yeah. People are
Fucking
betting
wild,
Virginia.
man.
Come on, brother. So, look, that's a half a point from I'll take it. I'll fucking take it.
No way.
I'll take it. This Washington game, man, if this goes down to 9.5, maybe, just to do it.
Maybe at 9.5, yeah.
Just to do it.
Because I don't think USC should not be able to hang with them.
With a third-string quarterback? No. So, I'll wait. I'm going to wait till the end of the week on this game. I'll reserve judgment because the junkie in me will kick in Saturday morning. We're watching game day. We're not there because we have a massive, massive guest on, and we had to travel this last weekend. Apologize to everybody. We were gonna go to the Nebraska-Ohio State game, but a last-minute guest, and it has been one you've asked every single day for 4 years, is on tomorrow. So we had to travel, take the crew and all that shit, and it is a magical show tomorrow that you will not want to miss. However, we're going to miss this Ohio State game because of it. Next up, we got Indiana. That's Michigan State. Michigan State is minus 14.5. Michigan State does not look great this year. They popped back into the top 25 somehow at 25. But
look, they've got like a top 10 defense, and I do, like, based on that, so the over is 44. Spread's 14.5. That's a 29 to 15 game, 30 to 14 game. I don't think they score 30 points. Like, Michigan State's over? It's 44. Michigan State's fucking offense is a joke. Indiana's not even a real team. So
yeah, they just started playing football again.
Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not into this.
At 14.5, I take Indiana here. I think this is a 2-score game, and I'll take that half point. I'm going to take Indiana with the upset in this one. To wrap up that thought before, college game day. Whenever college game day is on in the morning, the junkie kicks in. I ended up betting schools.
It's down to 14.
I shouldn't.
By the way.
Yeah, I told you. Indiana. I'm going to tease that up and get that half point. I want that half point. That minus 14.5. I'll take Indiana with that. Next up, Townsend. Don't know where that is. Don't know.
Towson?
If you pronounce that correctly.
Yeah, I think it's Towson.
Towson?
Oh, there's no N. That's a Towson.
Towson. It's in Maryland.
It is.
It looks like college. Towson University.
Look at that. Good for them.
Yeah, it's in Maryland. No one's ever heard of it.
There's no spread here online.
I think it's an online school.
It's Florida. They're playing Florida.
Yeah, and there's no spread for this.
Which is always good.
Yeah.
So
Florida.
Well,
who cares?
Who knows? Trask is quarterback now that Flanks is hurt. Don't care. Don't care about this game. There's no spread. There's no over. There's no hope for humanity. And I don't even, if you're a fan, I don't even know why you go to this game if you're living down there in Gainesville.
Honestly, man, if it's only college where they make their own schedule like this, so it doesn't. There's no parallels in other sports. But if I'm a huge fan of a sports team and I buy season tickets, for example, and they just play teams like this, like if I'm an SEC fan right now, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Schedule some goddamn games. Oh,
This
God.
is brutal, man. I can't. So you're not going to dip your toes in?
Not on this one, no. I mean, there's
No toes in. Okay.
Tosin. Got it.
Right. Next up, we got Mississippi State at Auburn. Before the season started, I would have said this is an interesting game. Mississippi State is not ranked. It is Auburn -12. What do you think, yeah?
Mississippi State, K-State just beat them, so that was really exciting. First road win against SEC for a while. I think I'm going to have to go with Auburn on this one.
-11.
-11 now.
Yeah.
Went down a full point since we started the show.
People are buying Mississippi State is what they're doing.
Auburn home game, though.
I know. One would think. It is a 7 o'clock game, too, at Jordan Hare. I've been to that school for a night game. It's fun. I'll roll with Auburn on this one.
Nope.
You're killing the baby on that one, huh?
Yeah, I'm not into it. I think Auburn is, to me, Auburn is like Utah and Washington and some of these other teams that are in the top 25. But anybody that's below like 8th in the nation right now, I'm just like, all right, cool. None of that shit matters yet until you start playing some fucking conference games.
They're at 7 here, D'Anthony. They're at 7. So some people believe in them.
I don't.
4-0 right now.
I don't.
I'm going to take this. I think they win by 2 scores. Next up, we got UConn against UCF. Oof. Spread is -43.5 on this one.
It's down to 43 now.
It was.
Whew.
People are betting on UConn, huh?
Yeah.
UConn is horrific at football. Great basketball school, both men and women's, but not a football team whatsoever. But UCF just lost to Pitt, which is another big East school.
Yeah.
The Big East school is what they is.
You all right?
Mike.
I am and I'm not. I don't know, man. I've been wrong on UCF all year. At 43.5, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'm not giving Central Florida that many points.
Christ, dude. You get?
I'm going to go with UConn.
There you go.
Fuck it. Let's go.
43.5. Look, that's a lot of fucking points, man.
Makes it more fun to watch when you're watching a mercy kill like that.
It does, right?
Yeah.
It does. I don't know anything about you. Oh, shit. K-State snuck into the top 25. Come on now.
What's up?
That's crazy. K-State is playing Oklahoma State.
What year is it? No.
Exactly. And Oklahoma State is favored, although Kansas State is ranked.
Yeah, Gundy acted like a fucking idiot last weekend. Gundy's just, I don't know if he's losing his mind slowly, but the decision-making skills aren't there. Coach Kleiman is an incredible coach. And it's not Bill Snyder, so we're all pretty happy. Bill Snyder needed to take his time and just go be old and stop trying to coach football. And it's new life in the program. K-State's going to win by 100. So,
that's real.
Yeah.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'll ride on that. I'm going to go K-State then. Fuck it.
You've got the inside tip
me.
on this, so they're getting 6 points. It's -6 for Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
And you think Kansas State is going to win this, huh?
Oh, definitely.
They're undefeated right now. Who are their 3 wins? Do you know?
We had the first one, Morris State, something horrible.
State?
Nichols. I don't know why.
Love their work.
Good old
That's
Nichols.
down to
Then we
5, by
had
the way.
Bowling Green, and then we had Mississippi State. So we've actually played a real non-con game.
Yikes!
And on these cupcake Towson, what the fuck is that?
I'm going against it here. I'm going against grain.
It's down to 5.
Yep.
So.
I'm taking Oklahoma State in this one. I don't know. Look, all the Kansas schools, K-State, Kansas, they're not football schools.
Kansas State is a football school.
No, it's not.
What the hell? Michael Bishop?
Who the fuck is
who
Michael
cares?
Bishop?
Michael Bishop.
He's the one that gave Tom Brady his job, but that's fine. He was hurt, and so Tom Brady was
Drew
behind.
Bledsoe.
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe got hurt, and then Michael Bishop was hurt, so Tom Brady goes in.
Do you know who Wally Pipp is?
So the third, he was the
Wally
third.
Pipp is the guy who played first base before Lou Gehrig took over. Right? No one knows his fucking name, and no one knows that guy's
Whatever,
name
he went to
either.
K-State. Leave me alone. K-State was number 1 in the nation in 2012.
In what? AIDS? I'm kidding.
I think it would be Cal AIDS because it's an ag school.
They were. They had a good run. I remember that year you're talking about. They were winning every game 80-0, and then somebody came and pulled their panties down. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go to my sister's wedding because I was watching K-State at TCU.
Oof.
And good news, she's divorced, so I can get her the next one. It's fine. But that was when A&M, it was Johnny Manziel, beat Alabama, so K-State rose to number 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
What happened to them in the bowl game?
Whatever.
It wasn't good.
It was Oregon at the Fiesta Bowl. I traveled all that way. Instead of like having a Christmas present, my boyfriend at the time was like, let's go to the game. And I'm like, okay. So we flew into Vegas, drove down from Vegas because K-State buys everything up. So the fans travel really, really well. And going to that Fiesta Bowl was my first bowl game. So fucking heartbreaking. It was like 35-17 or something.
You guys got nuked.
Yeah.
35-17. That's correct.
But we played Oregon, so of course that was back when they were good too. So
I mean, but they beat West Virginia, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and Texas that year.
Mm-hmm. We went into
and Oklahoma and
because I remember it was Geno Smith and everyone was so high up on him on the Heisman, and Colin Klein, who lost to a guy who faked a dead girlfriend, and also Johnny Manziel. Cool.
The fake dead girlfriend, that was the kid from
Notre
Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Yeah, big fan of
What,
his fake
he-
girlfriend.
is
She's
he still
actually
alive?
sitting right next to me right now.
She's beautiful.
That was actually his cousin, male cousin, trolling him, right?
Catfishing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he said. That's what Manziel
Well, who else
said.
would it be though?
It wasn't.
He had the
He was-
girlfriend and then gave her cancer and killed her.
Yeah,
Like, that's some sociopathic shit.
it was a whole storyline he had written out. It was nice, but it was that part was a lie.
So
and he had to cop up
what's
to it.
worse, making it all up or getting catfished into believing all that shit? I feel like making it all
Making
up.
it all up because and what are you trying to hide? Like, go out and have a real girlfriend. You're a college football player.
Catfished into it, at least you can say, hey man, this it was unfortunate and I'm dumb. But making it all up seems.
I think making it all up is funnier.
It is funnier, but a lot of people said it was because he's gay and he was trying to cover up the fact that he was gay with a fake girlfriend.
I go with that storyline, by the way.
Same.
I think that storyline is real. Next up, we got Ohio State at Nebraska. 18 is the spread on this one.
I'm
Big
taking
boy
that.
spread for a. This is the 7:30 game that night.
I'm
This
going
is the big
Ohio
game.
State on that one. I think they win this game by probably 25 plus points.
Easily.
Nebraska can get fucked. Scott Frost and all his bullshit, all the fucking hype around Nebraska. Just give me a break, man.
Look, man, Ohio State's been lighting people up.
They don't have the players.
I'm gonna ride that train and say that they win by 3 TDs. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was relatively close, just because Nebraska fans. And I feel, and the bunch of Drinkin' Bros and Drinkin' Bros Sports, if you're not in the group, sign up on Facebook. It's private. You can talk shit and do whatever you want. A bunch of Drinkin' Bros in there said, hey, man, this does not deserve to be the night game. I actually agree with you on that point. Nebraska isn't good enough for this type of shit. Mm-hmm. However, it is a blast there. They rage, and they've been waiting for a great football team since 1991.
Who would you make the night game in this week? Probably Washington, USC, right?
No,
I mean, that's the closest matchup that I'm seeing on the board right now.
Just because it's look, Nebraska's not even ranked, so.
But who else is? I mean, none of these spreads are even close for any of the teams that are actually good.
You know, it's funny. I was going to say Auburn, Mississippi State, but that is a night game. They got them at the 7 o'clock game, so you're right there with that.
Maybe Notre Dame, Virginia.
Yeah, I was
but
just thinking Notre
They're not
Dame.
going to play a night game. They're going to get that fucking CBS slot in the afternoon.
Yeah, I would have said Notre Dame, Virginia, just based on rankings, but yeah.
Be more entertaining.
So yeah, I'll roll with the Bucks on this one, man. 3-1 against the spread so far this year, and there seems to be no stopping fucking Fields. We'll find out. This first half is going to be rough. Don't bet the first half. Again, these fans are going to be hyped up. They haven't had a big game since '91, so let's sit that out the first half. I think Ohio State comes back in the second half and rolls. Last but not least on this college slate is Utah, number 10, now down to number 19 with that sweet loss to Pittsburgh, which I told you not to bet, against Washington State, who put up just shy of 100 points last week.
Yeah.
The line is Utah minus 6.5.
Well, it's down to 5.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Point and a half is a monster swing
That is.
this early.
In an hour, dude, since
Are
we
you
started the
kidding
show.
me?
That's nuts.
Nope.
That's nuts.
Fucking A, that is crazy.
Yeah. That's
I was
a
gonna
lot
say
of
Washington
people.
State as well, man.
I mean, this is the last
Yeah.
game of the night. I don't know. Usually people bet this game on Thursday and Friday or midday Saturday after all the other games are over. But people are betting the fuck out of this game early in the week, dude.
Yeah.
These spreads just came out today.
Well, look, Washington State put up 63 last week. So
The over in this game is
lost,
56.
Utah lost. The Washington State might hit it on their own.
I know.
I'm going Washington State, and I'm going to take that over.
I'm going to take the over. I'm
I'm going
not
to tease them
taking-
both, too. I'll do it about it's 6 apiece on mybookie.com.
I'm only going to take the over on that one, but I am going to watch this game. It's going to be a fucking I mean, look, it's not cold in Utah yet. It's going to be in the upper 60s.
Yeah.
So it's
going to be 69 degrees, which, hell
yeah.
hi-oh, makes me want to bet the game even more now. Breaking news here, real quick. Michigan, Shea Patterson probable. Dylan McCaffrey doubtful versus Rutgers. So it looks like Shea Patterson is going to start, but it is Rutgers.
But only because his backup is not ready to play.
I don't even know if they have one there. I think his backup is Harbaugh.
Dude.
And then also for you Houston fans, Houston quarterback De'Aaron King says he won't play the rest of the season. Instead, he's going to take a redshirt year. So Houston was a fun team to watch, man. They put up a lot of points.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping they were going to join the Big 12. We were making a push for like Memphis and Houston. I was like, okay, more Texas schools. That's cool. Bring them in.
I could see Houston in for sure, man. They put up a lot of points and they don't play defense, so that really fits in with your conference.
I'm not one of those like Big 12 like truthers either, so it's not like it's going to offend me when people are like, Big 12, you guys just kind of suck.
You sure?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm trying not to be.
Who are you taking in this Washington State-Utah game?
Mike Leach. That's what I'm taking.
Okay.
Forever.
I know.
That man is just beautiful. And then he had like an understudy of Gardner Minshew. Like, come on.
I know. I like the fact that he doesn't go for fourth downs. They're fun to watch, man. Even that UCLA game, 69-63, where the fuck it is. Still, look, you're not going to win a national championship over there, so you might as well
have fun with it.
Points you can, yeah. Let's flop over to the NFL. This Thursday night game is actually one of the better ones that we've seen here this year. Usually these games are fucking shitty. They're awful to bet, I can tell you that, man. It is usually a coin toss. It is Eagles at the Packers. Damn. Green Bay minus 5.5.
5.
Down to 5.
Down to 5.
God damn it, dude. These spreads, this is the most and quickest I've seen spreads move on a fucking Tuesday this whole season.
Well, people might not have bet a lot last weekend.
Or
they lost so much.
I think it's the opposite, yes. People lost so much on Trap Weekend that they were just like, yo, I've got to win this back, and they're already putting in bets now. If it's 5, I'm going to go Green Bay, man. This is I was wrong. I've been wrong about Green Bay all year. Mm-hmm. I lost that Bears game against them. I lost that Viking game against them. I'm going to bet on them now. Maybe Aaron Rodgers is finally – this is what, week 4? It should have been the end of his preseason, so he should be right as rain for this game. I'm going to take Green Bay at minus 5.
Yeah, me too. The Eagles have been very inconsistent on offense. Jackson is out now, so it's like they're back to last year where they have maybe 1.5 options.
Yeah, they've got Zach Ertz and whoever's going to be
there.
Yeah, and Doug Peterson is kind of like his game plan and his strategy has not exactly been ideal this year. I don't know if it's like he's cracking or what. He left Andy Reid and hired somebody to be a time manager specifically in Philly because he knew that, it was a problem. And I don't know what they've been doing lately because they're obviously not watching the fucking clock.
Strange team.
I wonder, they've made some really like weird mistakes from the coaching perspective. Also, their offensive line does not look that great either.
No, not at all. So, I'm going Packers in this one. So, congrats, Packers fans. I've been getting fucking hell from them online. And I'm going to take you guys this week.
They're very dedicated.
5. This game I absolutely hate, and I'm going to bet it, and I hate myself for it. And I want to let you guys know at home that I do hate myself for betting this because I said the Falcons were inconsistent and terrible. However, they were playing a team that is more inconsistent and terrible than them. It is Titans at Falcons, Atlanta minus 4. Yeah.
I'm not betting that game.
Grab your buttholes. I think Atlanta wins by a touchdown.
Maybe, but I don't want to watch this.
I have to because it is now my fantasy team. I got stuck with Matt Ryan. I had to trade for him in a league just to get a fucking quarterback in there. I lost Roethlisberger. Lost Breeze.
Yeah.
So
good job.
I had no choice. And look, God damn it, Matt Ryan is putting up numbers. So is Julio Jones.
He's
I don't
boring,
understand what's going on. I look. Yes, he is boring.
But I feel like if you get the nickname Matty Light, you should be pounding fucking beers.
Matty Ice. Yeah. I'll take the Falcons, but I'm not proud of it. You guys, walking away from this game?
Yeah,
I'm not touching it.
All right. Patriots at Bills. This one's a shocker to me. This is at the Bills. Bills Mafia is 3-0. Look, Dan and I have said this a million times on the show. It is great for the league when the Bills are winning and people are smashing through tables. I don't know if you saw that 400-pound man ripping open cans with his mouth off of Barstool. The greatest ever, man. I hope this continues so we get to go to a Bills game this year.
Some dude, I think it was like his kid's first birthday party or something, and it's a little girl,
Yeah.
and he made like a fake table out of cardboard, and then she's in.
The newborn. It was a newborn.
Oh, it was a
baby,
newborn.
and
Yeah,
he smashed her through the table.
So
yeah.
it was like a cardboard table with fake legs on it, and he just holds her and smashes her down through the table.
Yeah.
Wearing a Bills jersey.
So good.
It's amazing.
So good. Here's the shock to me though. This is -7 for
7.5.
New England. Oh, it's up to 7.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Still taking it at 7.5, dude. I mean,
yeah. I will probably buy that point and go down to 6.5 just to do it because the Bills do have a great defense, and the Patriots really haven't been tested defensively. So I'll buy a half, but I'm still going to take a Patriots.
Yeah.
What about you, Gat?
No, the Bills are good for at least one upset,
A
big
year.
surprise. Yeah, at least. So I'm gonna go Bills.
Ooh, I like that.
it's ballsy.
I like that. That is a hot take. Bills fans will be amped about that.
I love Bills fans. I mean, they're just crazy.
Great. They're fucking great.
I mean, they
wanna
wear
get up there.
Zubas year round, and it's
Yeah.
just like those are my people.
I feel like
Zubaz.
if the fans decided the games,
It'd be Detroit, Bills, and
the Patriots would never win.
no,
because all their
Patriots
fans
are-
do is
ugh,
whine.
really though.
Imagine Patriots fans showing up there, going right through the table. That'd be great.
I can imagine a
Patriots
bunch of
fans.
Patriots fans getting beaten up in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. Next up, it's your team, Gats. Kansas City Chiefs at the Lions. It's another weird spread to me. This is -6 for the Chiefs.
Because the Lions won. So
7,
It's up to 7 now.
yeah, but again, Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs
that's
as well.
way too close.
I think so, right?
Yeah, that's way too close.
I think that's a 10-point game
I'll
because
buy a half a point.
I think they're up 14 plus going into the fourth quarter, and the Chiefs just kind of relax.
Yeah.
Give them
Yeah.
a touchdown or a field goal. So.
I'm with that. I'm taking the Chiefs all day. in
I'll
this
probably
one.
buy a half point to take it down to 6.5.
Just to
but
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could see that. No, I'm all in on the Chiefs. I think they're going to do just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raiders at the Colts is next up. Indianapolis -6.5 on this one.
Ugh, God, this game.
Yikes, man. The Colts are 2-1 right now.
It's actually at 7 now.
So everybody's betting Indianapolis. I would have said take Indy.
Not at 7. I'm going to skip this one.
It's probably a push.
I think it's probably a push, and I think it's more likely that the Raiders tack on an extra score than Indy blows them out.
I want to give a shout out to Darren Waller, my tight end. He was my sleeper during fantasy football draft. He is scoring 900 points a game, and the only reason I am in a lot of these games this year. He scored 27. He had 11 receptions last week and 100 and something yards. Like, it's crazy. Do you touch this game, Gat?
I hate the Raiders so much that I think it would be beautiful if they just got completely embarrassed. But I'm looking at that 6.5. I don't know. It's close.
Well, now it's up to 7. Dan
7.
said. So,
Yeah, it's at 7 now.
Okay.
ugh.
Still not sure on that one. I mean, if anything, I would just go with Colts.
I just
Be
don't.
safe,
I don't
but
believe in the Colts at all, and this is a tough one to me.
yeah, maybe Brissett's the next thing.
Maybe.
He's obviously got some talent. There's no
Right.
question about that.
Yeah. Maybe.
Just going to see more of them.
I might come back to this or buy a half a point later on.
T.Y.'s
during
out
the
this week, though, by the way.
week. Is he really?
Yeah, I think so.
That
Hold
kinda
on.
changes
Let me,
it.
let
I
me,
think he's out. He's got a quad. He's got a quad. You're right.
Well, he says he isn't ready to say if he'll be available or not, but he missed the second half of the other game, and I don't think he's going to come back.
I don't think so either.
Just wait until like fucking Thursday when they decide if this fucker's going to play or not. Because if he's not playing,
I don't think he plays, and this
Yeah.
could be closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Chargers at the Dolphins.
Ugh.
Why do we continue letting the Dolphins play in the NFL? I don't know. It is Chargers -16.5 on the road.
that's still the case, yes.
That is still the case.
And it's a 44.5 over, that's a 31-13 game. Basically.
Gross. I don't know how they get 13 points in this.
Against the Chargers? No fucking way, dude.
Again, these spreads, man. These Dolphin spreads are going to get me all year long
Yeah.
because it's just so many fucking points,
Yeah.
especially on the road. But I think the Chargers work them probably.
Here are the scores in the Dolphins game so far this year. You ready?
Mhm.
So Ravens, they lost 59-10.
Okay.
Okay. Patriots 43-0.
Oof.
Cowboys 31-6. So they're getting better.
Are they?
I mean, they went from 49 to 43 and down to 25. Shit.
Yeah.
They may actually keep it to below 20 at some point this year.
Mm,
But probably not. I'm betting on the fucking Chargers right here. The Dolphins are the worst.
This is another game that I tease probably at 6, and I'll go both and both. So I'll take that under down to I'll take the over down to 38.5, and I'll take that Chargers down to 10.5 in this one. Probably parlay it for a hundo.
I'm gonna go Chargers with a teaser. I mean that brings it down to fucking 10.5.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, come on, man.
Do that 6-point teaser. And I think it's fine because I think the Chargers probably score 42 points.
Yeah,
and beat the over on their own.
I don't want to be like the Dolphin truther because I feel like I already got that label by saying they might not go 0-16, but the Chargers are killing it right now. So,
yeah, yep.
Fucking Dolphins.
Next up, we got Redskins at the Giants. Let's let Haskins play here. Come on, man.
Just put him in.
I don't care about this game. I'm not going to watch this game. It is -3 for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 1-2 team and an 0-3 team here, fighting for their lives. I have no idea in this one. I really don't. Because you got if Case Keenum ends up playing, he looked decent in the second half of that Bears game last night.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a little bit more weapons than the Giants now with Saquon Barkley out? Because this is the first week without him.
Yeah, it's like their whole game plan is going to be centered around fucking Danny Dimes now, right? So
I imagine so. Golden Tate isn't back yet for this game.
Next week, right?
Yeah, so this is his last game of suspension. So he'll have somebody to throw to. Just not this week. So I would lean towards the Redskins on this, but why put American
They're like the
dollars
fucking
on
the
it?
Redskins are like the bad news Bears right now.
Yeah.
Like they're not as bad as they're playing. They're not that bad. They're bad, but they're not this fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's a 3-point spread. I'll throw a little 50 on there.
Okay.
I'll throw a little 50 cent on there.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from this. Although if Saquon were healthy and Haskins were playing, I would watch this game excited to see those two guys go against each other, but that's not going to be the case, so who gives a shit?
No. Next up, we got the Browns at the Ravens. Man, this is a really interesting matchup here because the Browns, this would take them to 1-3. With that dream team, Cleveland fans, they're going to fucking burn all of their gear if they start off the season 1-3. All those OBJ jerseys will go up in flames. They will take the burnt up LeBron jerseys out of the garbage and reburn those. Them. Is this still -7?
Yep.
I will buy a half a point, and I'm going to take Baltimore in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that Baker Mayfield, might be like, future NFL quarterback star, but he hasn't been. Like, he was supposed to be this big guy. I mean, like, the second coming of Johnny Manziel almost, but somebody that actually could play football. But it's weird to see him kind of fall. And Lamar Jackson, he was looking good. I just don't see Cleveland doing much here. I mean, I think they have the chance to go 1-3.
Well, the difference is about 4 inches, which is how much taller Lamar Jackson is than Baker Mayfield. Mayfield's got to go. Honestly.
We'll see, man.
Like, how early do you cash the chips in on him? Like, he had a good rookie year, and usually there is a sophomore slump for quarterbacks. So do you give him into next year to prove this with that much salary on board?
I do. I give him 3 years. He's the number 1 pick in the draft. I think you have to.
If they win 4 games this year, you think he's starting next year?
Yes, but that'll be his last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I
think do they take a fucking quarterback in the draft then?
Oh God.
Next year?
If they go 4-12 this year,
no.
Do they take a quarterback in the draft?
I don't think so.
Fuck that. That would be crazy to not do that.
Like
OBJ will try to get off this team if they go 4-12.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he'll be gone.
The weird thing to me about this whole sitch is again Baker Mayfield looks lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with these coverages and these disguises where the first year didn't matter because he was just fucking playing and hey, who gives a shit, right? And they didn't know what he was going to do either, so it was like whatever. There's been some lanes where last year he took off and ran.
Mm-hmm.
This year he's just not for some reason, and I don't understand. I think it's all in his mind, is what it feels like to me. Whereas Lamar Jackson literally looks like old Michael Vick, doesn't give a fuck, and I still don't think he's an NFL quarterback because I think he's going to get rocked, and that's going to be the end of Lamar Jackson.
We'll see, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him. He's been hit hard a couple times this year already, and he bounces back up pretty fast.
He got hit in college too, man, pretty decently. So
yeah, but
maybe he's just one of those guys that can take it.
Maybe. But I'm going to take the Ravens. I'm going to take this down to 6.5, and I'm going to take the Ravens. I think the Browns actually do go either 2-5 or 1-6 here to start off the season, and all the fans will go in a Jim Jones type sitch.
I think they're going to win 5 games this year.
Ooh. Ooh, that is a real hot take, D'Anthony.
That is
5.
Scorching.
5. I think towards the end of the year, their schedule eases
They've
up.
got a couple of games with the Dolphins, I think. They'll win those.
Yeah,
And then they have some other
Maybe.
bad games. But look, here's the problem with them. By the time they get to those easy games, OBJ is going to be fucking pissed and checked out. He's probably going to fake an injury sometime around week 7 or 8
Yeah.
and be out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and the culture in Cleveland does not support quarterbacks or patience. So they're not going to be sitting around like, just give it time.
No.
No, not at all. See, are you going with Baltimore in this one?
I'm going Baltimore.
Yeah, I am. D'Anthony?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to buy half a point on that.
Yeah,
We'll see how it
same.
goes during the week. I feel like it's probably going to go up.
Maybe.
Because the Browns, like the culture around there is kind of rocked right now.
Yeah, we'll see. Next up, we got Panthers at the Texans, -5. Is somebody not seeing something I am in this? Because I am going all in on this.
Yeah.
Rarely do I say this is my lock of the week, but this feels like it is for me.
I mean, Cam is still out in def.
Yes.
It's at 4.5 now, by the way.
So people are betting Carolina.
Down from 5, yeah.
Look,
Wow.
I know that kid threw 4 touchdowns, right?
I don't give a fuck,
Me
dude.
neither. He was going against the worst defense ever.
Yeah.
Now he's going against J.J. Watt. I am all in on the Texans here.
I'm not buying any points or teasers or nothing.
I feel like this is like someone's playing a joke. on me.
Yeah.
I'm going to put 500 on this
Okay.
because I just don't think that there's any fucking way that the Panthers play. This is a 26-21 game.
Yeah. Man.
That wins you $500.
That's what they're saying. That's
Yeah.
-5
Like,
right
get
now.
fucked, man.
No, I think the Texans win this one, and I think it's going away. I mean, McCaffrey is great, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you key in on him and this new quarterback. I don't see them losing this game at home by at least a touchdown, for fuck's sakes.
No.
So they just beat the Chargers.
I mean, if it was in Carolina, I could see a -5, right? But it's not. It's in fucking Houston, man.
Yeah.
It's at their home stadium, which is loud as fuck.
It's crazy.
Somebody knows something, and they're not sharing it.
Maybe. Find out. It's suspect. Because you're taking the Texans too, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You'd be an idiot not to.
Next up, we got Buccaneers at the Rams. Buccaneers, man, fuck you, Mike Evans. I went against Mike Evans in 3 different leagues this week. He scored 45 fantasy points.
45.
In
I think
ESPN PPR leagues.
He's a season high this year, I think, so far, isn't he?
Boy, that was absolutely brutal. Look, this is the offense that I thought they were going to have before the season started. Because I've got Jameis on my bench is my backup quarterback in a few of these leagues because I thought this was the offense they were going to have. However, they're playing a defense in the Rams that's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, and Winston's thrown 4 picks to the 5 touchdowns he's throwing, too. I think he's probably going to throw 2 picks this week.
Easily.
Because he's going to get hit pretty hard by that line.
But 10 is a big boy number, man. I like it better at 9.5. Did it go down or up at all?
Stand by. I don't think it's moved.
Because if so, man, I would be
still
inclined to.
Still 10, and the over is 50. That's a 30-20 game.
Yeah.
It's probably what it is, to be honest. Somewhere right thereabouts. I'm not going to bet that one.
Just to be safe.
I mean, for the Rams are traveling all the way across the goddamn country for this game.
They are, but so is Tampa. So I'm gonna go Rams, and I'll buy a half a point here and take this down to 9.5. I don't know what the Rams' deal is this year yet. Still don't understand their team. Gurley is very, very hit and miss.
Very.
Jared Goff has not progressed into the quarterback I thought he should, but yet they are still winning games and beating spreads.
Yeah.
And do they get better as the season moves on? Yeah. They're going against the Buccaneers, so Jesus, I think this is the end of crab legs this year. But
he's on pace for about 4,200 yards and about 27 TDs,
but
it's not enough.
It's fine, but
not with 20 picks.
Not to be the face of your franchise. So I'm going to tease this down. I'm going to take a half a point and go down to 9.5 and take the Rams.
Yeah, I wouldn't even touch this game because I don't even know what the Rams are about yet. Like, they haven't made a big splash. I mean, it's just kind of there.
Cooper Kupp
looks fucking great,
to
dude.
come back from an ACL the way he's played. Fantasy stud, dude. Absolutely torching people.
Can you imagine them with a good quarterback?
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
It'd be scary. It'd be a scary good team, man. Because that defense is nasty,
it's so
dude.
good. Aaron Donald was all over. He's been all over everybody all year this
Yeah.
year. Like, you expect at some point, was he 26 this year, that you start to see some aggression for some of these big guys. But he's
not
seems
that
like
big.
He seems like he's getting faster. He is like what 275.
No,
like
but
that?
he's only like 6'1", and
Really?
I was surprised. Yeah, because there was a time that I thought it actually killed Baker Mayfield last week, and they were like, yeah, for a 6'1" man moving at that speed, I was like,
yeah, he's 6'1", 285. He's not a huge guy.
Crazy man.
But he's so goddamn fast. He has his hands all over everybody. He's making tackles on fucking tailbacks from behind them during fucking regular, not draw plays, like a fucking halfback inside, and he's making the tackle from behind, from the fucking outside, from a defensive tackle position. Like, holy shit, dude.
It's great.
Beast.
How are you getting in there?
He's
fast
great.
as fuck. Like some people were one of the commentators on the on the broadcast the other day was like, it's weird. Aaron Donald keeps running away from the play. No, he was running around offensive linemen and then catching up. Like, finally he started catching up with the running back after he timed it better. He's like, oh, he's running around them and making the play. Yeah. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And he's also a fucking monster of a human being.
He is. Next up. Ugh, God damn it.
Nope. Nope.
Worst game of the week for me. I don't even want to say it. Seahawks at Cardinals. Seahawks -5. You were -5 last week, jackasses.
Yeah.
It's Russell Wilson's fucking virgin promises versus Kyler Murray. You know what? I'm not going to bet this game because I said that I wouldn't, and Seattle's fucked me twice this year. It would be rad if Kyler Murray won this game by fucking 3 touchdowns. I don't know if there's enough justice in this world for that, but I can't bet.
I don't know, man. I'm boycotting this game because I don't want it to exist. So I'm gonna pretend it doesn't.
I will watch it simply for the fact of I really want to see Kyler Murray.
I've got Kyler Murray on my fantasy team, and I'm still not going to watch this game.
I just don't get it. Like, how can you be a Cardinals fan and have your quarterback say, I considered giving up football and going back to baseball and be okay with it and believe in the guy? And
Did he say that recently?
Yeah, he said at the beginning of the season. He's
Wow.
like, I think it was like 2 games in. He's like, yeah, there was a minute there. I just really considered maybe I should just give baseball a try. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, talk about having no faith in yourself. I need a quarterback that has swag, and that's not it.
I'll say this, man, because this kid's thrown the ball 1,000 times, and every time they cut away to him on the sidelines, he looks exhausted because he's been having to run away from people.
He's running for his life on every single play.
And fantasy-wise, I mean,
he's doing all right. He's averaging like 17, 18 points a game.
It's not bad. Like, you almost have to start him, which is crazy.
Well, I have my other guy is Aaron Rodgers, so yeah, I do have to start him because that bitch is scoring like 14 points a game.
He's fucking everything up.
It's wild. So yeah, I don't touch this, but fucking let's go, Kyler Murray. I'm rooting for you. Vikings at the Bears. Man, this is a tough game. This is a tough division. The spread is -2.5 for Chicago.
It's 3 now.
Is it really?
Yep.
People were betting Chicago after last night.
Yeah, and the over is 38.5. That's a 21-17 game.
That is ugly.
Yeah,
look, the Vikings run the ball a lot.
Yep.
As do the Bears. And
they don't believe in their quarterback in Minnesota anymore. I said, like 3 weeks in last year, I'm like, this guy's not the guy.
You know what's funny, man? Before the fantasy football draft, I said Dalvin Cook was one of my favorite running backs in the league. Everybody who listened to the show took him, and I didn't get him in one single fucking league. And every time I play him every week, he's been torching me. He's gone for 100+ in every game this year.
Yeah.
This is a literal coin toss game for me. Like,
it is.
I have no idea. Every time I've leaned on the Vikings, man. I'm going to say Vikings.
You did not seem very convinced with that one.
I don't, but I'm going to do it just because Stephon Diggs has got to wake up eventually.
Yeah,
You'd think
what's
so.
with that?
I don't know. He's not. They're not really targeting him.
No.
I think
he's been hurt, and I think he's probably hiding this injury. That's a guess. I have no idea, but that's my guess.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going anywhere near this one.
I'm going to do the Vikings just because I love pain, and I'm not going to bet the Seahawks game, so the junkie in me will kick in and bet this Vikings game. And I'll probably tease this and do something fucking weird on my bookie with it.
Yeah,
dead serious.
You got to.
Next up, we got Jaguars. Minshew. The mustache, dude, against the Broncos. Yikes. That's a terrible game on paper, isn't it?
Oof.
Denver -3.
A #1 Denver fan over here.
I know, who knows them so well that
They're definitely playing.
wore their shirt for a game that they definitely did not play in and definitely did not lose all those spreads to. And it is the same exact team as the Washington Redskins. So who do you have in this one?
It's in Denver.
If Jalen Ramsey plays, here's the tough part about what's going on with Jalen Ramsey, right? He played in the last game, and I thought he might be traded. And he fucking went berserk. What, he had 9 tackles?
8 or 9 tackles.
Forced fumble?
Forced fumble, yeah.
Fuck me. He's probably matched up against Emmanuel Sanders in this game, right? Wouldn't you say? So,
and this is the week I expect Emmanuel Sanders to start having leg issues, by the way.
Yeah.
This week or next week.
I don't know. I don't want to.
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars on this one.
Jaguars.
I think they've got a little momentum going.
Minshew. What about you?
Jags are my second favorite NFL team now because of this guy. Like, we beat him, and now I can appreciate him. Now I can appreciate him because we won and moving on. But it's just like, you got to put your faith in a guy like that. Like, that's some big dick energy.
That is some big dick energy. I stay away from this game though. However, I love his dick, and I love you, Minshew, and I can't wait to have you on the show. However, the Jaguars at the Broncos is not something that I would force myself or any family member
and the
into.
Altitude, like, you never know. You're going from sea level to the mountains.
What about the latitude? Doesn't Jimmy Buffett say something about changing your latitude?
Yeah, and change your longitude as well. Now, this next game, so these were my 2 favorite games of the week. So this is where I'm going all in on, right? You're putting $500 on Houston.
Yep.
I'm going to bet big on these 2 games in particular. These are my biggest bets of the week, if you're asking at home. What are your 2 biggest bets of the week? Houston and the Cowboys in this game. It's Dallas minus 2.5.
3.
So it's gone up. Everybody's betting Dallas, in which they should.
Yep.
I watched this game. I watched the stupid fucking Seahawks game, right? Played the Saints. Teddy Bridgewater was in there. However, the Saints defense scored 2 of those touchdowns in that fucking game. So I don't know what Teddy Bridgewater is going to do. I personally don't believe in Teddy Bridgewater. I believe in Alvin Kamara. However, I believe in the Cowboys defense.
I believe in DeMarcus Lawrence more than I believe in Alvin Kamara.
Not because he was on the show last week. I would have anyways, but I'm going heavy on the Cowboys. You're welcome, Cowboys fans.
Yeah, and I could see that because I think it's finally aligning for the Cowboys to have an incredible year because everyone else is dying.
Also, Dak Prescott is the most accurate this year that he's ever been in his career, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Like, he's at like 72%, I think, this year so far.
Now, a lot of people have said the Cowboys have not played that great of a schedule so far, which maybe I'll agree to that. But I think with a backup quarterback in the Saints, I am definitely going heavy on this game. And it's in a dome. Weather's not an issue. I'm going heavy Cowboys.
Prescott's 74.5% completion so far this year. 9 TDs, 2 picks, 128 rating.
Who have they played though?
They played the Dolphins, Giants, and
the Redskins. Boy.
But it doesn't matter because the problem with the Cowboys was never the run game. It was never the receivers dropping balls. It was definitely not bad defense. It was Dak Prescott missing open receivers.
Right.
Not throwing his balls well. And they brought in some different quarterback coach this year. And apparently the guy's helped other people before, and Prescott is throwing the ball more accurately than he ever has in his career. There's no reason to think it's going to stop this week against the Saints, who, like, let's be honest, they don't have like a bruising defense or anything. Like, they play well.
They got a pretty goddamn good defense.
They play well, but they're not like a top 5 defense or anything.
They were sleeper this year on defense. It might be close, actually. I would look that up. But I think, look, this is week 4 for the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Zeke sat out all of preseason. This should be the end of his preseason right now.
Yeah.
And I bet you he goes off Monday night or Sunday night. So I'm taking the Cowboys.
Cowboys in prime time is hard to beat it. I don't know. I could see it going off completely.
I know. I could see this being a blowout, actually. But we'll see.
Monday night Saints don't give up a lot of yards, but they're in the bottom third for points allowed.
Okay. All right.
They give up quite a few points.
Man, well, it looks like I'm going all in on the Cowboys. This might be a Ariana Grande game.
Blow up?
I might throw a grand on it.
Oh,
just to do it.
I thought you were making an explosion joke.
Oh, boy.
I was like, oh, God.
Dan.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Bombing jokes.
Again, most of the things I say that everybody think are all fucked up are just observations. I wasn't making the joke. I thought you were.
Sure. No, of course.
God damn it.
Worst game of all time to end the show.
Oh, yeah. And it's the Monday night game. So, look,
boy,
if you're free Monday nights.
ESPN has had troubles with these Monday night games, man. I don't even, look, before the season started, though, this still is not a Monday night game for me.
No, for the Bengals, no.
No. Why are you putting any Bengals team on Monday night?
Why wouldn't the Packers-Eagles, like before the season,
Yeah.
even without all the bullshit that's going on, this would have been an even bigger game than it is this week.
Yeah.
Like, on paper, preseason. Why is that? I mean, come on, man.
Cowboys Saints. Like, what?
Yeah, that would have been a huge game, too, if Drew Brees wasn't dead.
Vikings Bears. I mean, there's a million games.
Even the Chiefs Lions is a good game.
Ravens Browns would have been a great Monday night game.
Those are two franchises. One that stole the franchise from the other fucking city.
Jeez, man. There's 80 other games I would have put on before this. I don't know what the thinking was, but good luck with the ratings on Monday morning. This is Pittsburgh -4 at home. I have no idea.
Who cares?
I have no idea in this one. Mason Rudolph is playing QB. Is Andy Dalton still there for the Bengals?
I'm pretty sure.
He's still alive, huh?
Yeah, him and Marvin Lewis, job security. It's crazy.
Yeah. Marvin Lewis is finally gone. But I believe A.J. Green is gone. So
do you think it has something to do with his hair? Like he's a minority in the NFL as a ginger, so they can't get rid of him?
Maybe that's in the bylaws.
I don't want to play the race card for white people with ginger hair.
Yeah, with ginger hair, but you might on this one.
Because Brandon Whedon isn't around anymore.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. He's long gone. Look, these Monday night games, the junkie in me ends up coming out, and I'll throw something on it, but not. I don't think this one, because I literally have no idea. You might as well just say 7 on anything. I don't know what that means. Like, just pick out numbers 7, 9, 52. It doesn't matter because I have no idea who's going to win this game.
Yeah.
Is James Conner out? Is he back?
Let's see.
Because that could be a determination there.
Let me look at that injury report.
I mean, Mason Rudolph is a good quarterback. I watched him a lot at Oklahoma State. I mean, he's good. I just don't have faith in the Steelers team.
Vance McDonald is questionable, but otherwise,
yeah, he was questionable on my fucking fantasy team last week. The week before he had 90 points, then he had 2 last week.
Yeah,
thanks, bud. Real kick in the dick here because I didn't have Waller. The one team I don't have Waller on was that. Ooh. So, you're Welks for whoever's victory I gave that to you. I stay away from this game. I run and I hide up in the attic like one of our faves, and I get away from this game.
You're talking about Anne Frank?
I am. I'm not coming out for this game. I'm not betting it. You will not make me do this. I don't even want to know it exists until after Tuesday's over.
Yeah.
So unless something crazy happens, like Ryan Shazier ends up playing or something, no.
That'd be worth it.
Yeah, if he came back from being paralyzed and said, "Look, man, I'm gonna fucking play."
Yeah.
That would be the only thing to make me watch this game from the Steelers.
Beautiful.
I love him. He's an Ohio State guy. I love Ryan Shazier. So that would be the only thing that could coax me to watch this. Otherwise, no. Dear NFL, no.
Yeah, just
no.
Just
they got to do better with these games.
I feel like this is a Me Too game.
Let's answer some questions from the fans here.
Go ahead. What do we got?
Let's see. Hey, ladies. Nope. Sorry.
Fins up. Somebody actually wrote fins up.
Oh, that's probably Craig Dulesky.
It is. Is he an actual? Here's the thing. Is he an actual Miami Dolphins fan?
Yeah, he has been this whole time.
That is. I don't think I've met one. I've never met someone from North Dakota, and I've never met an actual Miami Dolphins fan around.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from North Dakota.
Are you really?
Yeah.
South Dakota, then. I've never met anyone from South Dakota.
One stay down.
And
let's see.
I've never met a Dolphins fan. Eric Weekly, Texans are -4. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, man. Look, it's moved down, right? It's moved down to -4 for that Texans game. I'm even going higher now.
It's Texans. Let me check it again because it's a. Keep going though.
Yeah. So Eric Weekly, yes, it is -4, and I'm going further now on the Texans. I don't know what is happening there. Sean Thomas, can we just get to Hall of Famer Gardner Minshew already? Yes, we can.
That mustache is Hall of Fame for sure.
His whole shit is Hall of Fame. Nothing would make me happier than if he led the Jaguars to the playoffs and he was the MVP and this guy was in every commercial. It would be great. I don't know who he's throwing to down there except for D.D. Westbrook maybe. Mm-hmm. But I think Westbrook might have gotten hurt, so I don't know how he's doing it. He's got Leonard Fournette, who's very, very hit and miss. He's a bitch to start on fantasy, but we'll see.
Craig says that the Dolphins are going to go defeated.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
That's definitely what I believe.
Fins up though.
Yeah.
No, they should take those fins and cut their own heads off with them, because that's really, I mean, it's time for a coup de grace for Miami. I feel like they should just be able to cancel their season, give everybody a win, and move on with it. What's the point of playing these games and risking injury?
I don't get it. Lou Larson said FBI is raiding Democrat Sandoval's office right now.
Again?
Woo-hoo.
Haven't they already raided this guy's office?
I don't know. You confirmed it? It is on the news, huh?
Cicero and fucking, come on, man. Martin Sandoval. This is like, I feel like this is the second time he's been raided.
Maybe.
This is a sports show. We don't care about politics right now.
No, we don't. We will tomorrow, though. They gave out some stats this morning. It says on Golick and Wingo, and Brissett is the number 6 QB currently. Number 3 in completion percentage.
They fucking...
You like Brissett.
He stepped into the best possible situation. That's what I like. And
they had a great team.
Like, they built a great team for Homeboy, and he quit. So, I mean, it's not like fucking Mayfield coming in and throwing 27 touchdowns last year with a shitty team. Not that they were terrible. They had Jarvis Landry and fucking Hyde and those guys, but
right.
This is obviously way better than that.
Somebody wrote in, Watson on pace for like 80 sacks this year. He'll be lucky to survive the season if they don't tighten up that O-line.
I agree with that.
I agree with that, but
he's actually he's on pace for 84, by the way, not 80.
Yes.
Which is fucked.
So if you're the Texans offensive coordinator, right, let's start putting Hyde and Duke Johnson, start throwing little tiny passes.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not going split back with those guys.
Yeah, let's just something to take the heat off.
Because they can both catch the ball.
Watson's great, but dude, this could end up as a car sitch, same as happened down in Houston.
What was that, 63? And that was with the Texans as well. 63 sacks, I believe.
Yeah.
In his rookie year, and he was never the same after that.
Never the same. Franco Melendez, Trubisky is not a great QB. That's a good thing cap-wise. He won't command top-tier money and hopefully keep that defense together.
Maybe.
It's actually true.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's... I mean, they're not going to win. They're not going to win a Super Bowl with Mitchell Trubisky. Sorry.
No.
That they traded up for.
Yeah. They could have had fucking Patrick Mahomes, right?
Could have.
Sean Thomas Gruden has already said that it's Keenum this week, so it's not going to be Haskins.
Good luck with that, bitch. I mean, Keenum did look good in the second half, but, I mean, who cares?
He did, but who cares? That's not your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
So get Haskins some playing time, and if you're going to do it against the Giants, for Christ's sakes.
Beefalo Bart says he can see my laptop screen and the reflection of the jersey frame. First of all, this is O.J. Simpson.
Yes.
So let's just...
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
O.J.
Give
Simpson.
some respect.
Why? It's written on the jersey. He wrote it on the jersey.
Yeah, he wrote his own name on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can come check my browser history if you want. If you want to be truly horrified,
Oof.
come on over here and check this shit out.
I'm not even that brave.
No, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. But you should be brave enough. I'm going to bet that Texans game, and I'm going to go heavy on that Cowboys game.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
People, the last question was, why haven't had a Fight Club game of the week the last 2 weeks? Look, there wasn't a game that we really disagreed on that much, and we're not going to do it just for the sake of doing it.
No.
If there's a game we absolutely disagree on, of course we're going to do it. But these are tight, man. Like, even that, I probably, for the sake of it, if we were going to do it, probably would have said the Vikings-Bears. I'm not going to do that because I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's a coin flip to me.
It's so messy.
Same. So it's tough. It's tough. Gat, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, you know the Dolphins haven't scored. Have they scored a touchdown yet this year?
I think it's just field goals.
Believe not.
This is their week.
Hold on.
This is their week for a touchdown, you think?
Field goal, 6-yard pass. No, they have one.
I could see Kalen Ballage ripping one off.
They have one.
Yeah.
He's actually a very dynamic runner. I'm surprised they don't use him more. I guess maybe they're just trying to save him from getting murdered this year.
Sure.
Anyways.
Yeah, we'll see.
Whatevs.
Look, kids, this was fun. Gats, thanks for being here, man. You're always a fucking blast on the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, last time we were in a parking lot. This time we're indoors,
See, the whole thing.
It's an upgrade.
It really is.
Studio, everything. Where can everybody find you on social media?
It's at Sprotsgat, SPROTSGAT.
Twitter, Instagram,
Everything.
all that good stuff.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's all the same.
Awesome.
Made it really easy to spell.
Sure did.
Yeah. You can find Dan in Hell. That's where that'd be awesome if that was your Instagram and
At Hell?
Twitter name.
Oh, yeah.
At Hell. Somebody's got it.
Somebody's got it, and they're fucking sitting on it. Probably not even posting.
Exactly.
Bunch of
For
assholes.
D'Anthony Holloway, I am Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Sports. Go to mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros will double your deposit up to $1,000. Good night, everyone. Or good afternoon for everybody watching on YouTube. Subscribe. Big show tomorrow. Big show.